Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A happy Wednesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer, Matt Iwanyk. Tom Gazzola here. Coming in because Oilers practicing at 12 today.
Yep.
That's the reason.
And I love Wednesdays.
Well, and especially this Wednesday. This is a
great
We're
Wednesday.
gonna nail your topic of discussion today on the show.
my.
Joining us today from Century Casino, it is Renee as well as Jasmine, member of the Nasty Club here, because it's the day before March Madness, and we're gonna spend a lot of time today talking about our brackets.
I instantly regret my decision to come in this morning.
We've got me and Renee had a nice conversation earlier. We were messing with each other's minds, not on purpose, but by just saying what we were doing, and it was messing with the other person.
Yeah,
So
you have me second guessing everything at this point. I was feeling really strong about it coming in, and I didn't pick my own team. I feel like I should pick your team more. I'm going to be redoing this bracket. I'm a little worried.
yeah, don't worry. Everything I said about why I did my brackets, I'm also questioning. So I just question everything. It sucks. I love March Madness. I love when Selection Sunday comes. It's great. I'm excited for Thursday to come. But Wednesday's my least favorite day. I overthink everything.
You just got to go with your gut.
That's exactly what I've been doing. And I also feel like, okay, March Madness, it hasn't been as sexy this year. There hasn't been like standout players, you know.
The women's side has more names that are recognizable than the men's side for the average person.
Exactly.
Okay. Excellent.
You know who Caitlin Clark is.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I know Caitlin Clark. Thank you.
She's probably the biggest star of the tournament this year.
Yes.
And it's...
What about Angel Reese?
Yes. And there's a chance that in the Elite Eight, those two can meet again,
I knew it.
which would be amazing.
All over it.
But the men's side, there's just not... It's not as big.
How many Canadians are in it this year?
Oh, I
It's
don't
a
know.
bunch of Canadians. I have like an article open that I didn't have enough time to read, but
You had a flight. You could have read it on a
yeah,
flight.
I had a really late flight.
Where'd you go?
I went to Vancouver and I saw two comedians. Okay, let's like backtrack from March Madness for a second.
Oh, that's fine.
Have you guys heard of Matt Rife?
Yes.
No.
You haven't?
You've never heard of Matt
Matt
Rife?
Rife. Maybe I've seen him and it's just
He was
not-
just in town, or he's coming to town
No,
right
he
away.
was in town. So I had already booked tickets to see. Do you guys know who Hassan Minaj is?
Yeah.
He was on the Daily Show. Like he was one of
Oh,
the.
yes.
And he also has a Netflix special, and he had the Patriot Act. Patriot Act?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, so I booked his tickets a while ago, and then I found out Matt Rife was coming to town, but I was going to be in Vancouver. So I ended up getting last minute tickets to Matt Rife, so like a back-to-back comedy show. But if you haven't watched his special, Matt Rife, he's savage. He's
'Kay,
so good.
I'll
He does
check
a lot
it
of
out.
crowd work, so he like makes fun of people in the crowd.
I love that.
Whereas like Hassan just had like this polished, nice political, you know, intellectual jokes kind of thing. So two different shows, really good time.
Nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
So that's,
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And then I booed all the Canuck fans there, you know?
As you would.
I'm not surprised.
They are Canucks fans. Were they very noticeable, or did you just boo everyone?
Oh no, they are. They're all with their t-shirts. Now they're wearing their Gucci purses with their jerseys. Like, get out of here. Okay? Little bandwagoners. Okay, I'll
So,
stop.
okay.
Coming in hot, yeah.
Wait. So there are Canucks handbags that are Gucci?
No, they're wearing their
No.
Canucks shirts, but they're wearing Gucci
Oh,
bags
like
now.
Mercedes.
So.
Yes.
And going,
Yeah.
look how great
Very
I am.
Vancouver.
Fur coats, which I actually like that fur coat. Not gonna lie, I can pull that off.
So now the Canucks fans are winning you over.
no.
Okay. Quickly in the nasty chat too, we've got Penner's Pancake saying, "Oh, BB talk today." Yeah, we'll do a little bit of BB talk. How far are you into Canada? We're not going to get there yet, but how far into Canada are you?
Because I went to Van.
Yeah.
I am like 3 episodes behind. I know.
Have you seen Eviction?
No.
Oh, so you haven't even seen the first Eviction?
Oh, actually, no. I did.
Okay, so that's as far as you've seen.
With
basically.
the spoiler alert, the MOM,
the what?
the mom.
Yeah.
Tiffany, I think. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, there hasn't been much that's happened since then.
Okay.
We could get into just basic stuff and convince these two to become Big Brother fans.
I actually do want to do that Big Brother podcast though.
I would love to do a Big Brother podcast one day.
May I say something
Straight
quickly?
up.
We have airtime on this station.
In the summer especially,
Right.
I have lots of time. I would gladly do once a week what happened this week in Big Brother and who's in a good spot.
Yeah.
You should do it.
I really want to.
You should.
I just need to make sure I have the time for
We'll
it.
get back into the streams to
Yeah.
recap everything.
Exactly. I was telling Renee I did the streams a couple years for Big Brother. They were amazing. Like the live feeds.
Oh, you did?
2 years. I did them.
Oh.
It was amazing.
So I walk in this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, Renee. Great to see you. Hello, Matthew. What's up, boys? And then he goes, we're going to talk about Big Brother this morning. And then Renee and I just looked at each other. The same, like, deadpan look. I'm like, okay.
I gave Renee the heads up that was happening.
And that's very
knew it
nice
was
of you.
happening. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure you
No.
knew what was happening before you got here.
It's okay because I emailed Maddie being like, hey, Maddie, like, we'll talk off air about, BB. And again, I couldn't catch up in time. And then I still have The Bachelor to watch because that was also on Monday, so I didn't get a chance.
We need Eric in here for
Still a
Bachelor
girl at
Talk. I'm
times.
kidding.
Really?
Eric
No,
like The
I'm
Bachelor.
totally facetious. No. I don't think so. If you
I don't
did,
know of
I'd be-
anyone that was watching The Bachelor around here.
Maybe Zach to come.
Really?
If I were to bet,
It's
like,
my guilty pleasure.
is it
confessions.
still good? Like, is it still
I could see
good?
Dusty watching
I was gonna say I could see him being really into it.
because he used to be into Big Brother.
Yeah.
He used to watch a lot, but also he's married. So I could see with wife, we're watching Bachelor.
I think he used
Yes.
to. I think I used to, like, when I would text in, I think he texted me back, like, oh, yeah, my wife used to watch it a long time ago, but I don't think he does anymore.
There was a girl, not from Edmonton, but she lived here, and she worked at a restaurant downtown that I'd go to after games. She's a megastar. Kristen, does that sound right?
From which show?
From Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch
She
The
was like
Bachelor.
the
I'm
I'm just Big
Bachelorette.
Brother.
Yeah.
I'm very
Caitlin?
specific.
Caitlin?
Oh, yeah, from Leduc.
Yes.
She got a lot of work done.
Did she? Oh, she was super nice. She was awesome. And literally, like, it was after a game one night, and like a couple months later, she's on The Bachelor. I was like, that's her.
Yeah.
And she's a huge
And you
like,
recognize him? You recognize her?
sometimes when I
Yeah.
see her, and she's like a megastar now, from what I understand. That's phenomenal.
She is. She has, like, I think her own podcast.
Well, it's not hard to do that.
Anybody can
there.
have-
Such a case in point.
Yeah.
I won't even get into that. I don't want to bore the nasties. That Big Brother thing, though, I was going to say, the reason Big Brother is so interesting is because if you watch shows, like, personally, I ain't going to go on Survivor, okay? But I would go on Big Brother. And I think all of us could relate living in, like, one home and,
75 days.
strategizing. Yeah,
Can't
but,
leave.
but you can't necessarily like be like, oh, I'm gonna go on an island and camp for my food. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But I definitely will go on Big Brother and win some money. It's just something you can all. It's relatable. I feel like.
It is, but like I would get so put off by the backstabbing and the scheming. Like, I don't
Yeah,
like
you'd be easy to get rid of.
You're called a floater
exactly.
and a
I'd be a
vote.
floater.
No, I don't think he'd be a floater. I don't think he'd be a floater because, like, he could win competitions, I think.
Oh, you think?
But you could manipulate him,
Good.
right?
He's a vote.
He'd
Keeps
be
me in the house.
He's the guy that you get on the alliance,
Yeah.
and he does your dirty work, and you get
Right.
him
He
to
doesn't know.
But he like you make it his idea, and like, oh, he gets head of household, and you're like, oh,
I have no idea what any of
you
this
know,
means. And it sounds
Eric and
fantastic.
Dusty should probably be put up. They're a little bit of threats, I think, to you. They're saying some stuff about you, Tommy.
So
and then you'd be like, whoa, and then he put them up. They'd go, and then when it's time, you could get rid of Tommy.
Be like, look at all the bad stuff Tommy did.
Well, no,
Look
you
at
don't.
how much
you don't
of a
say-
powerhouse
You
he
say
is.
I built him. I was running things because you need that at the end.
Puppeteer in the
You
back.
need to. Yeah, you
Yeah.
got
So
You got to build your
essentially-
resume.
Yeah.
What you guys are describing is you would use me and drag me along at your convenience, and
Yes.
then when it's time to go,
You'd be the easy cut
because
because you're not going to backstab me. I'll
that's
backstab
cruel.
you.
Yeah, you're a final three. You know.
But he
Yes.
make it
Does
further
Final
that
Three
way.
make a good paycheck?
He can make it
No.
further.
He'd make it
Oh.
further as a puppet.
Maybe some
than
on
as his
100%.
sponsors.
I'll take
Oh,
those.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
What?
You'd make it further being his puppet than on your own at this point. If
Oh,
if you're not into the
100%.
backstabbing and you're too wishy-washy on it, he's
Yeah.
gonna take you further.
But you want to know something?
Oh,
I might take
totally.
him final two.
I was just you were
Because
reading
you
my
said it.
mind.
If you take him final
Yeah.
three,
He's
if
not gonna win.
He's not gonna win because I'll win.
Yeah.
But also, he might take you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he wins the final three challenge, you convince him to take you, but then you still
And
win.
like we've been buddies this whole time.
How
Ride or die
dare
to the
you?
end.
Okay.
And backstab him
You
at the very
can't
end.
backstab me, Tommy.
So, how do I get on this show? Because it sounds like I'm
submitted
already pretty
bids.
good at it.
Well, that's a real you take it. You're gonna be the runner-up. It's nothing to
Yeah.
be sad about.
Okay,
You
sponsorship.
still make
There's
a little bit of
respect
money.
in
A little bit of money,
Yeah, a little
some
bit of money.
sponsorship.
Yeah, for second.
I can do
place.
that.
But you're still second place, loser.
Ouch.
I would have loved to have been on Big Brother.
One day,
Still do
Matthew.
it.
I know.
Still do it.
I know. Maybe. It takes just too much time to take off.
I know.
That'd be the thing.
How do
Big commitment.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could just do that.
Yeah, I'd like miss my dog and stuff too. It's my bane.
That's
Yeah.
fair. We'll get back to the big
Where is
brother
this gone?
stuff.
I love it.
Reminder coming up just before 10 o'clock, we'll do our keyword for the EST Flyaway giveaway presented by Flyaway and the LVCVA. That's the Edmonton International Airport and our partners in Vegas. We'll do that keyword coming up just before 10 o'clock here on the Hangout. Jasmine's got the word, so you're not allowed to text in today for this one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you know the word. You can't text in and try to win. You can. You don't know the word.
I have 2 phones. I've been double texting every
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you
All
go.
right.
Tommy, you're not eligible.
Very aware of
As
this.
usual, so
Yeah.
we don't get that chance. But March Madness, who's ready for
Right.
this?
Let's go. Definitely Tommy.
How long have you been practicing your bracket or filling it out? Like, when did you get going?
I've been looking at it for a couple weeks now. I've had some feelings
Couple
on it.
weeks, just the bracketology stuff.
Yeah, just the bracketology, kind of following the last couple weeks of the team. I know that we've been saying Kansas is cold. I don't know why I took them. We know that they're cold. Everything else, I've been kind of watching the uphill climbs from the teams who I have faith in to go all the way and who I think isn't going to.
Okay, but Kansas, like, I had them going Final Four at one
I
point
have them
yesterday.
Final Four. We both had them Final Four.
And then I pulled back because I saw the recent record. But there's a reason I
gotta go
had
with
them
your
going
gut
Final
sometimes.
Four.
Yeah.
Because their history.
Just of their last of this season.
Well, and
Yeah, but this
also that
isn't happening.
bracket, too.
Well, like, I'm not a Gonzaga guy.
No.
I don't believe in Gonzaga. They will win a couple of games, but Kansas versus Gonzaga in the second round, no chance. We've talked about this, but Purdue, I
Purdue,
have zero
no.
faith in Purdue just because there's no history to them.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
go, I think they've won it once or something like that, or been far once, like Final Four.
They're
It's
very
not in their
good at
DNA.
messing up when the
not
lights
right.
are on. I have Kansas taking them out.
But then also with Purdue, like, they lost as a number 1 seed last year.
Yeah, lost to the 16.
Second time ever, first loses to a 16. But the last time that happened, Virginia won it the next year. They went all the way.
My feelings are hurt. I have
Why?
Purdue in my Final Four.
Jasmine
it's not
has
a
her
bad choice.
Final
They
Four
are
already.
second favorite for a lot of people.
I'm not copying.
It's one of
What's
those things where it's a DNA thing to me.
They don't have it.
It's just not, to me, it's not in their DNA to do it. But they are the second best team in basketball, and you could make the argument, maybe third best, Houston and UConn.
I think they had some losses against some bad teams as well, though.
Purdue?
They're one of those, yeah.
I need to pull up Kansas quickly here.
Len, do you think that Eddie is going to be a factor in that?
That's a good
I mean,
question.
He's
Like,
the 6th person in history to win the MVP back-to-back for the season. And he's the first one in 40 years. He can't carry a team,
He
but
can't carry a
that's
team. They
something
see-
to not ignore.
they won't. Yeah. So like, they're not going Final Four. I don't think you see that too much in college basketball, March Madness. In the NBA, you see the star carry you to a title.
Yeah.
You don't see him take him all the way. Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett couldn't get it done with Duke.
Yeah.
There was a dream team of Kentucky in 15 that couldn't get it done. Duke ultimately won that year over Wisconsin because Wisconsin took them down.
Well, the teams that have been doing really well are the ones that have a little bit more of the depth. Like that's one of the things that
Yes.
everyone's saying with UConn is they have their stars and then they have the depth of the different lines as well.
So Kansas lost to number 11 Cincinnati in the tournament by 20 points. They lost to Houston by 30 points. They lost to Baylor. They beat 25 Oklahoma at the time. Lost pretty good to Texas Tech, almost by 30. Did lose to Kansas State in the first meeting in OT. Lost to number 23 Iowa State. They did beat Houston, though, back in February.
So inconsistent wild card. Yeah. But we need a wild card to knock out Purdue, and so I'm feeling good about it.
Duke could be the upset, though, hey?
What about Duke?
They could be the upset.
In what way?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of taking
Like,
them
are
as...
you taking them far?
No, I'm not. They're in the
No!
round of 64.
No!
You know what?
The veins in the
I didn't know where she was going with this. I was like, they're going to go all the way or they're going to get knocked out. And no.
I'm clearing the air right now.
What?
I hate Duke. And when I see them, I'm like, die, Duke, die! When they're losing, and then they'll make a comeback, and then I'll feel dumb.
Who's your
I feel
team?
very unsafe being
I mean,
between
you gotta
the
go
two
for
right now.
UNC. You gotta
You're
go for
UNC.
UNC?
Yeah, the basic. It's basic. You know, there's a little history with Duke and UNC. Fun fact, Tommy.
Please enlighten me.
These schools are rival schools. If you didn't know that already,
It's
and
one of the biggest rivalries you'll have.
they're apparently like on the same street or something, like down the road from each other.
Like if you just take one
close
road and drive
proximity.
one way, it'll take you there. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about that, but they're like close. They're close by. No, am I wrong?
Well, they're in different cities.
Are they?
Isn't it Raleigh and Durham, North Carolina's?
UNC
Is
is
Raleigh.
right by the arena, PNC Arena, where the Canes play.
So Raleigh,
The
North
football
Carolina, and
stadium's
then Duke's Durham.
And then
North
Duke
Carolina.
is, I think, like 40 minutes away.
That's what I'm wondering. Is it maybe the same road? Like literally,
Just keep driving.
it's like the Yellowhead or something. That if you take that on one and you drive right away, it goes right
Like
away.
it might be like the same freeway or something like that.
Well, that's what I
But-
mean. That's quite close. That's 40
highway,
minutes
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
That's how I'm-
I do know this.
North.
Because covering the Canes and Oilers and being right beside
Carolina.
UNC. And then the guys went to, is it Chapel Hill Duke plays out of? Is that it?
Chapel Hill is Tar Heels,
Tar Heels. What's the.
isn't it?
What's
They're
the,
Chapel Hills, and it's Cameron.
Yes, that's
Indoor.
the one. The guys went to a game.
My boys at Duke. That's where we play.
Yeah.
But you're a Dookie, right?
Me and Dusty are both
Yeah,
Dukies.
Dusty always
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I'm like, okay, you guys. need to
JJ
go-
Redick and Sheldon Williams were the guys that really got me to fall in love with Duke for the first time. I'm a big JJ Redick fan.
And I'm sure you heard about his podcast with LeBron, eh?
Yes,
That'll be good.
those are two very smart basketball minds coming together.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be good.
See, but he's a Dookie, not a UNC.
He's never gonna let this go
Rare.
now.
Yeah.
Well, what? So where are they getting upset to you?
Yeah. Okay. Who is Duke
They're
losing to in your
13
bracket?
Vermont.
Yeah,
to
okay, but that
start?
was but I mean,
You have them losing in the first round?
no,
okay.
I'm gonna probably change the pick
Getting mad.
because of today. I'm probably gonna change the pick, but I did have them losing in the round of 32 to Wisconsin.
Okay.
To Wisconsin.
That's fair. Because like, here's the thing about Duke: they don't have a lot of great wins this season. They've lost both games against the Tar Heels, and you go look at their schedule. They don't have a lot of great wins. But here's the thing: you haven't heard about Ken Palm? Have you heard about the Ken Palm rankings?
I heard you talking about
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Duke's right up there with the Ken Palm rankings. They have a top offense and a top defense. And what do I have it here? Since 2002, nearly every team that has won the national title has had a top 20 offense defense from Ken Palm. Only 4 teams qualify for that this year, which is UConn, Houston, Arizona, and Auburn. But just on the outside is Purdue, Tennessee, Duke, UNC, Creighton, and Marquette. But Duke doesn't have any good wins.
Take that upset.
I have them.
I know you
had
do.
them to go to the Final Four.
I might take the upset on that one. I think I might change my pick.
What's
and
the
take
upset
Vermont.
again? Oh,
You
my
think?
God.
Oh no.
Vermont's 13. You're acting like they're. I don't know. I should go check Vermont's record.
That's my Duke team. Those are my boys.
Right?
See, here's where I struggle with the bracket, though. Like, because, like, how much do you guys... Well, Tommy doesn't do anything. He
I'm
just fills it out.
texting golf stuff with Bones right now. Continue.
What golf stuff?
We talk about wedges.
Oh,
Continue.
okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
I
want
love
to
my golf
disrupt.
stuff, too.
Yeah.
How much prep do you actually go into March Madness each year?
You know what? I actually do prep.
Do you?
I read the articles.
So what is your prep?
Well, because I went to Vancouver, I hardly prepped.
No, but, like, for most years, what do you generally do?
Generally about like 2-3 days. Obviously, like, I'll get PTI. I'll see other people's brackets, see what Stephen A. Smith says, like go from there. And then I myself will, because I listen to so much sports radio, I like another podcast. No offense, just kidding. You guys end at like noon or 1, so I gotta listen
One.
to something else.
I listen to other podcasts, too. That's
Yeah.
all cool.
So-
Dusty listens to many other podcasts.
So you like hear certain things, right? And then I think that's how I'll pinpoint the luck in that. Like some analyst speaking about an upset or something, I'm like, I'll take it,
Okay, you?
I'm more of like a numbers person. I look at the articles. I kind of see what everyone is feeling about it, but I'm more like stats, odds. I'm a D&D player, so I really deep dive into numbers.
Oh, D&D.
Well, I do. I mean, I do the same thing with my bets, right? Like I really look through them, like, okay, who did they all play? What were the numbers? And kind of go based on that. And then I mix it in with my gut a little bit, where I'm not going to try to convince myself otherwise. But I don't go with a lot of what everyone else is saying for the most part. I feel like
You
it
don't
builds
dive
a lot of
deep into the
That's
Ken
called
Palm.
a winning bracket.
yeah. I mean, I try. Like, if everyone is saying the same thing, like there's some truth to be said in it, but I feel like a lot of people get caught up in they're the favorite, they're the favorite. I'm like, but why? Like, are the numbers there?
So is
the odds
UConn
there.
a good one? Like, you have UConn.
I
though.
have UConn to win.
So what makes you say that?
It's a mixture of the numbers and my gut. Like, I think the lineup is really solid. They're 31-3. I like the idea of them going back to back. And I don't know. I went with my gut too. Like, everything lined up for
They've
them for me.
beaten some
And
really good teams this
I
year.
picked them over my team. Like, something has got to. I know.
Who's your team?
Baylor.
Oh,
Go Bears, sick 'em.
And this
Nice
is the
colors.
challenge. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always struggle every year of how far do I take my team,
I have my team in the Final Four.
which is fair.
Yeah.
It is fair.
Yeah.
But I was telling you, like, before the show, like, I had last night, I did my bracket during the Oiler game. I was there at the game. I was at the rink in the press box filling out my bracket while the game was going on. That's the type of game it was last night. I got Duke to, it was the Final Four, then I put them in the championship game losing at first to UConn. And then I was just like, I can't have my team get there, and if this happens, not to be cheering for my team. I just can't do it. So
You
then-
can cheer for your team if they make it there, but you got to hedge your bets.
Yeah, but numbers don't lie.
Exactly.
No, but
If they win despite your bracket, you're going to be happy they won. If you win your bracket and your team lost, you're happy you won your bracket.
But-
if your team loses and you lose your bracket, like,
I'm already gonna be mad.
that's true.
Even if I win my bracket, I'm gonna be mad if they lose. I'm gonna be frustrated. But if Duke wins and I pick them, they won and I win my pools, and I'm very happy. I guess the greatest joy ever. I've had that happen once in my life. It was wonderful.
How long is it going to take for that to happen, though? Like,
Again?
how many disappointments, both financially and emotionally, are going to happen before the stars align?
Well, they won 2015. Before
Baylor won in
that, they
2021,
won.
and I didn't pick them.
And then before that, but Duke's won. 2015, 2010, 2001, 92, 91. Historically, every 10 years. They're due.
They're due.
They're due.
Let
They
it go.
haven't won
Numbers
in this
don't lie.
decade yet.
It's not going to happen.
They won in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. They needed to win the 20s.
Do you have them in your Final Four?
I had them winning. I changed it to winning
You
at the
have them
moment.
winning?
I had it winning because
Oh
I had
my
to make that
God.
change.
Who else do you have in the Final Four if you
I
change them
had
to winning?
Duke versus Tennessee on that side, and then I had UConn taking on UNC. And then ultimately I changed it to UNC taking on Duke in the final. And I don't see UNC beating Duke 3 times this year.
Oh, interesting.
Do you know how mad I'd be if UNC took it down Duke in the national title game, though?
UNC's going to Final Four.
I really,
could see it.
this entire, I can't pick UNC to win it all. I hate them. But they're
not-
good until they lost to NC State in the tournament. And that's what worries me about them. But I really like North Carolina this year. I think they have
Yeah?
a really good team. And it pains me to say that as a Duke fan.
So you think they're taking out UConn? Who's
In
taking
the
out
end,
UConn for you?
I had them taking out UConn in the
them
end.
taking out UConn.
Yeah.
Okay.
North Carolina, UConn, but North Carolina winning.
And
Duke taking on, and this is the bracket as of Tuesday night. There's still an entire night tonight where there's changes coming.
Same.
all of the big wins from UConn are doing nothing for you.
You know what? This is where my gut comes in, because everything does say UConn should win this year,
Yeah.
but the number one team doesn't win most years. The number one overall seed,
UConn won last year.
Yeah.
but as a 4 seed
As a four
As a
seed.
four seed.
Yeah. But they beat NC,
this
They
year.
beat the
Texas.
fifth seed.
Tennessee.
What did it say, San Diego?
They beat. I wrote it down because last year was
Gonzaga?
full of things. They beat
Last year they
Gonzaga
beat
4-5,
San Diego.
and then beat San Diego State in the final, which was 4-5. And who was the other team that was there?
In the
I
Final
forgot.
Four?
It was a 9 seed that got there. I forgot.
Wasn't
But it was like
just
last year
remember
was a
San
wild
Diego.
year for upsets.
Yes, it was.
It was insane. All the number one teams were out before the Elite Eight, which for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So it was like last year was just everyone's brackets were turned upside down.
first round to Elite Eight was nuts last year.
Yes. I don't think a lot of people had a lot of Final Four stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
But
yeah.
so back to UConn, it's just like Ken Palm, even that, like the number one team is won like 30% of the time going in or something,
Yeah.
which is good number, but
It should be higher for
I don't know.
first overall.
That's where I get worried. I
I'm
don't
just
like
stuck
taking
on
the
their
number one
division.
overall. And their
They
conference.
will they swept the Big East.
Mm-hmm.
They've beat some massive teams this season. Gonzaga, Texas, NC. Like
Do you not think they have the hardest bracket?
they do.
They would have to go through
They
Auburn
do.
at some point.
Yes.
You then either have to go through Iowa State, possibly. Iowa State's a very good team this year.
Yeah. They do have the hardest one.
So maybe they get beat up a little bit going into the Final Four.
I hope Yale wins just so we can make fun of them from being from Yale.
That's how they. That's actually how they speak there. We're from Yale.
Sorry, Harrison.
Nailed it. Nice,
win.
Jasmine. Nice.
Taking the upset.
It felt nice to pick Auburn over Yale. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Princeton, the team that took down Purdue last year.
Yeah.
One of those hoity-toity schools.
Yeah.
So maybe
too
happens
was
again
good.
this year.
I think 2 years ago.
Is Harvard in it this year?
No.
No,
Harvard.
they're not. They didn't get
No,
in.
they're not in.
I've been to Harvard.
Who did I
Have
have
ya?
taking
It's a neat
Creighton?
campus, isn't it?
Right, yeah. It is a neat campus.
The ladies have questions coming in for them.
Okay.
May I?
Absolutely.
Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. T-Mac the rugby guy says, Renee, where do you have Iowa? Also,
Iowa.
there's an Edmonton boy. I hope I'm saying it right. Ben Cricky had 24, 11, and 4 last night.
Oh.
Iowa State.
I was it has to be Iowa
I
State.
have them losing to UConn
There we go.
for the
Elite Eight.
the Elite Eight. I have them taking Illinois. I have them taking Washington. I have them taking South Dakota.
All right, there we go. Bill texting in says, I've got to say, I'm tiring of Big Brother. The vanity and the scripted diary room speeches are just too much. Not sure why I hadn't turned it off already. What say you, Big Brother fans?
I hate the diary rooms these days.
Okay.
They're trying too hard in the diary room. It used to be they just talk normally like this, except them to a camera. And now they're really trying to do a show, and I hate that part. Won't argue with that part. Not at all.
I agree with Maddie. It's like, yeah, they just get too dramatic and they try to do like their one-liners and make like this, they try to act way too cool and not authentic. Like, be quiet.
They're not
Your ass
talking
is getting
normally.
voted out next week. Like,
And you can
calm
see
down.
through it?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can-
yeah.
Okay.
Do you think they're trying
It's
to have like
cheesy.
viral moments in there, where it's
I
like
think,
this
but
is
I
what
also
they get
think
known
productions is trying to coach them to try to get like this will be on TV, and they're trying to just make it on TV.
Like
But
Jasmine's
just speak
forcing
normal.
it.
Yes,
There must be a producer talking to them, right?
There is.
Probably.
Yeah.
there is.
Okay.
So they have to sometimes say it over again or something, and
And it's just fake.
I don't want that. If you go watch the old seasons, like the first 10,
I'm going to
they're
the final
great.
2, Renee, so it's all good. I don't care. I don't even know what we're talking about.
But you got to be in the diary room too.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll say whatever they want me to.
Well, you have to go in. It's
fine.
kind of
That's
the
hilarious.
job.
Yes, producer, what would you like me to say? How many takes? I'm usually 1 or 2.
You sound like a hockey player.
That's how he makes it to the final, though. Just listen to the producers.
Let's
You're good
take
to
this
go.
dum-dum with me, and that's me. Hello. Beef Nips says, was that Jasmine or Renee that's into D&D? I'm assuming Dungeons and Dragons.
That's me.
Beef Nips
That's Renee.
says,
Hi, Beef Nips.
new to the game, need help with my backstory. I have no idea what that means, so that's...
I mean, I think you follow me on Instagram. If you want to shoot me a message, I can help you out. I was more into Pathfinder than D&D. Similar backstories, though. The best thing that I used to do is go into the D20 PFSRD and kind of figure out what you want to dive into and then build a backstory behind that instead of starting with a backstory.
All right.
I'm
But Beef
learning.
Nips wanted to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's the way that I do it is I pick the abilities that I want and then kind of figure out the backstory behind it.
Boom.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Troy.
there's backstories behind that stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know either.
That's
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
to know.
yeah.
I'll have to learn this.
Okay, in Stranger Things, were they playing? That was Dungeons and Dragons, or was
I
that
haven't
something
seen
different?
Stranger Things.
Oh, great show.
What? Great show.
So
next
it's
I'm
Dungeons
not,
and
a, I'm not
Dragons.
a TV person.
She likes Bob's Burgers.
That's fine.
That Bob's Burgers and sports is pretty much the extent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Drive to Survive? Have you?
I don't even know
No.
what that is.
Oh, you
That's
rolled
the
your
F1
eyes at me.
Netflix show. Yeah, what's wrong with Drive to Survive here?
Ouch.
No, I'm sorry.
She's like, no.
No, I'm sorry.
That's why we love F1 here. It's literally because of that show that we all love F1 here.
Yeah, I love Formula.
I had this discussion last
Well
time I was on
said.
the show.
Thank you.
It's just like I like nice cars and stuff, but it's just like another thing I have to watch that's like
Yeah.
sports related, and it's like taking over my life.
It's
And
a black hole for sure.
yeah, and that's why I watched The Bachelor and Big Brother too, to just like get away from sports. It's just another thing on the list.
Yeah, but it's
That's
like,
fine.
but it
It's
fills a
great.
perfect time of the
I should
schedule.
give it a chance.
It's a
I know.
Saturday, Sunday morning. Like that's what
Yeah.
it fills up. There's not a lot happening
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday mornings, unless you're a soccer fan.
Hello,
There's
hockey,
nothing.
but whatever.
Well, like sports wise, like actual sports, and so it fills that space right before golf gets going.
Oh, the golf.
That's true.
Golf
I'll
night.
try it. I
Not the
will
best
try it.
weekend
I'm
for
not
that coming up.
I'm just being a little cranky today, but I will try it.
This is good. Spicy. Bones and I are still talking golf right now.
What are we talking about with the wedges here? I'm very intrigued.
Oh, he's saying maybe I should try a 58 degree instead of my 60 because my 60 has become very inconsistent. And he switched up all of his wedges.
Some people go to 64s now.
Man, that's a lot of loft. I'm gonna have to discuss this further with Bones. It's a great conversation. Troy texts in and says, "Hey Renee,
Hi, Troy.
remember what you had me do on the Hangout after the Super Bowl?
Absolutely not.
Good to see you guys on with Matt.
He was
Have
getting a
good one.
bunch of texts, he was saying, after that.
I mean, it was
Look from
iconic.
his buddies.
Thank you for doing that again.
For those that don't know us watching, what we're talking about, go to the Hangout YouTube channel or the page and go find the episode after the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl is the 11th or the 12th?
11.
11. So
the
then go watch
12th.
the 12th episode and watch the final 10 minutes. That's all you have to watch. Just jump to the final 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Not going to do anything else with that one.
You'll never forget it.
It's
That's for sure.
It's you want to know something with the Estes that we've talked about, the award show for Edmonton Sports Talk? That might have to go as a
That has to
moment,
go
big
there.
a moment.
That was a moment.
Like the other moment, like Bob Stauffer joining the Hangout was, it's the top contender, I think.
Robert, he's listening right now. Hello, Robert.
I don't think Bob would ever listen. Not to me. He listens to the morning show. No chance he's listening to this one.
Yeah, he brought up a few things about Oil Street too. He's like, were you guys talking about me? Yes, we were. So,
Tone off. Tone off. It's not worth an off. This is the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The hard seltzer that started a wave made with refreshingly real flavors for their iconic taste. White Claw, the difference is clear. We are talking March Madness bracket. Tommy, Jasmine, Renee, Matt with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk, live on iHeartRadio, on TuneIn, on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, as well as those on YouTube. Before we continue going further into this bracket, Century Casino. People need to get there today if they want to join in on your March Madness
absolutely.
pool.
I'm doing a bracket. It's on Yahoo Fantasy. You can come into Century or shoot me a message to get into that bracket. Doing lots of giveaways for whoever has the most picks correct, standard bracket stuff. I've got some VIP tables for the Stingers. We've got season tickets. We've got a whole bunch of awesome stuff with the Stingers. If you're a basketball fan, we've got some other giveaways too. So make sure you get into that bracket today. Again, come and shoot me a message. Come into the casino and I can get you in that before the games all start. Be lots of fun. Go up against me. My picks are in there. See if you guys can beat them. But
I'll definitely be talking to you after the show.
absolutely.
We'll
Yeah.
be getting in on that one. We were talking with somebody from the Stingers yesterday, and we're just like, there's a lot of people that don't know basketball, or haven't been to a game, and they're always stunned when they go to their first basketball game in person. And how
electric.
exciting it is.
It's
Yes.
electric.
Yeah.
So you want to get to a Stingers game this year.
Andrea
Better way.
also wants to chime in now.
Hi,
Hello,
Andrea.
good morning, Andrea. Andrea says, if anyone self-evicts this season, I'm done. Bob's Burgers is an amazing show, and I love that you can hear my laugh in the background on the morning after Super Bowl because Andrea and Jay were there.
She just
Yes.
could have crossed off a bunch of things right there.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a couple people at the front row seat for that. What were the other two things? So there was
Bob's
the
Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
great show. Have you seen the movie?
Absolutely.
It was really well done.
I was there at the opening, first showing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have all the little figurines in my car.
I'm gonna die
I'm
hard.
very passionate about Bob's Burgers.
I watched it. I like it too. It's a good little
good.
30-minute watch or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like The Simpsons
Yes.
kind of thing, right?
Is,
Yeah.
is that the one with Tina and Tina has
Yes.
a boy voice?
Yes.
I would suggest, if you want to know a little bit about Bob's Burgers, just quickly YouTube, after you watch the Hangout from the 12th, after you watch today's episode, you watch Tina learning how to drive.
Right, you told me about this.
And she's this,
Gene impersonating Bob.
oh,
Another great
so somebody has
introduction.
just clipped just those parts of the episode
Yes.
onto a YouTube.
Absolutely.
It's those
Anything
are
to
great.
do with the horses.
You wouldn't expect it to be, but it's a fantastic show actually. Yeah, give it a try. Or there's this would have been one of the early years, but Gene won something or something. And he was like, "What's the burger place you have?" And he forgot the name of their burger
the name
place.
of their
And
restaurant.
Bob's
Bob's in
yelling
the
it
background.
behind.
Bob.
Burger. And then he remembers it at the end. As
Iconic
for what
moment.
was the Big Brother part? Oh, self-eviction.
It's self-eviction,
I hate
yeah.
self-evictions.
Yeah, thanks for wasting our time and something that's well deserving of coming on the show to win and whatnot, right?
Exactly.
Can I? Okay, first of all, I got my classic notes, so there's a
Don't
lot
want
of
to talk
stuff.
away from mic.
Sorry, am I being annoying? I know.
No, it's just, we do have a mic, and you can't just be like, hey, over here.
No, it's
What is happening?
okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to. Did you guys hear about the Oilers playoff tickets? Did you see the costs about
Yes,
those?
12, was it
11%?
12% increase?
Yes.
Yeah.
12?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So, do you mind if I talk about this?
Go
Is
for
that
it. We
okay?
can get back to the bracket right away. We
Okay.
got lots of time. It's
I know.
only
We get a
9:40.
mean email. I'll deal with it at the rink tomorrow. It's all good.
Well, okay, so my brother was telling me his coworker has upper level corner, and the face value is $670 a game for the nosebleeds.
For the playoffs?
Playoffs.
But which round?
Yeah, 'cause it
they
increases
changed by
per
rounds.
round.
Is that
Yeah.
Stanley Cup final?
No.
Or is that first round? I
Are
think
they on
that would be
drink
closer
rail?
to Stanley Cup.
Is it drink
feel like that's
rail,
understandable for
upper
Stanley
deck
Cup
too? Because that
final.
makes a difference.
Do you think I wrote that down?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I
Details.
agree. I think if it's a Stanley Cup final, I
I think it's
understand
worth
that.
it. I get it.
Because there's how many people that are also going to put those tickets up for sale?
Totally.
And
Yeah,
you're going to
but-
make
yeah.
that back.
Okay, but
you
that-
could put that $600 ticket up for $1,500 and make that money.
Yes.
But
And
do
you
you
pay
think
for the
someone's
2
gonna,
games.
You think someone's going to grab nosebleeds for that much?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
In this economy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Oilers are immune to that. The Oilers are immune to this economy.
Yeah.
They've increased their season ticket prices for 11% for next year.
I'm one of those people. I think like I'm not going to.
That's the thing.
You know the answer.
I was trying to relate, okay?
And because the Oilers keep taking more money, that's where it hurts, I think, the rest of the city. Because now you're spending even more with the Oilers,
Yeah.
and there's less to
Yeah.
spend for the other parts. This is where the Elks are being hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
What
only
do
got
we-
so much entertainment dollars, and now you're having to give more to the Oilers.
What do we hear at the end of every playoff run, let's call it, from the Oilers over the last 5-6 years, Maddie, from like people we run into? It's, man, that was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My body and liver are in
Yeah.
pain, and so's my wallet.
Yeah.
That's
every year.
It's just people are just like, money here, I'll buy this, buy that.
But it's true.
Yeah.
That
It
that
just
is
happens.
memories and like that is the experience is just unreal, and that's why we work so damn hard, right?
It's fair.
The,
You can spend
the
it how you
flip
want.
side to this, though, is Winnipeg. That's the cautionary tale. Because I was
That's
talking
right.
with Haas from Winnipeg when he was in town at the start of the year. And I was like, why is it struggling there? And he says it actually, because of COVID, it delayed what happened. But they had a deep playoff run, and they kept raising tickets.
Yeah.
And everyone spent so much money, they couldn't afford tickets after that. And that's the thing I'm wondering about the Oilers, if there comes a point where then just people actually, they raise it to a point where then people are like, I can't afford this, and no one's coming in to buy them anymore.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
When's
possible.
that line come? I don't know. But right now, the Oilers haven't hit that line.
Right. A couple of things that are to Edmonton's advantage or Alberta, however, because a lot of people come in for the games from out of town, obviously. I think we have almost double the population of Winnipeg.
Is it that
Yeah.
much?
I think Winnipeg's somewhere around 750, 800,000 last I checked. We're at 1.4 or just above 1.4 in the Edmonton metro area. And then just Alberta as a province.
Well, what's the
generally more
financial
affluent.
disparity?
Yeah.
Between Winnipeg and Edmonton.
Yeah, and it's just fact. It's just fact, right?
Well, and we are close to, like, depending on what teams you're playing, for them to fly in and have
Yep.
just as many out of towners at the game. Where, like, if you're playing people from Vancouver or Vegas, like, they have the money to come in and
they
go
do.
to those games.
Yeah,
and
totally.
they will.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. There's so many. When I was making fun of Canucks fans, funny enough, there were lots of Oiler fans. So.
Yeah. Well, they're so close. The
They-
flights are
yeah.
so cheap and easy that you're going to go between the cities. So
Yeah.
in a playoff run, we are going to get out of towners. It's not just, a lot of Jets fans at a Jets game, I think.
It's why I want Vancouver to get an NBA team. Because it'd be so easy to fly to an NBA game.
I
from
agree with
Edmonton.
you. Pretty
I
much.
don't need another one in the other. Even baseball. Get me a team in Vancouver before Montreal, as much as I grew up liking the Expos.
Yeah.
I would rather fly out on a Friday afternoon, get to Vancouver, spend a weekend there, catch a couple games, fly back.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
1 hour flight, whatever, hour 15. Boom,
And I know
boom, boom.
Seattle's not that far, but customs, border.
Yeah,
Like,
it
just
is.
to
It
be able
counts.
to skip that part of it in general, not having to exchange money to make sure I have American
the dollar
dollars.
conversion, too.
All of that. Just the fact that I could go right from here with my driver's license and my wallet, head to the airport, head to Vancouver. That, get me an NBA team there, Adam Silver.
Well, now there's the population growth, as Renee mentioned, obviously is in Lower Mainland as well. I think it's possible.
Absolutely.
Winnipeg, 836,000 metro. Edmonton, 1.4.
Okay, so we're just okay. So I was roughly close. Anonymous text in this scenario. I just put $40,000 on my card for my company playoff seats, and I'm not done paying.
40,000.
40,000.
I was trying to look where for the
Please
pricing on
text
that.
in and tell us where and invite us. Thanks.
Like that could be Sportsnet Club or something.
Yeah, I'm not. No further details. Just sent anonymously.
We
Oh,
have
Playoff
a
Pricing
phone number,
found it.
though.
We do,
So I have per game.
and it's a
Talk
regular
to you
text.
later.
Yeah.
You said 6 something for Upper Bowl per
Yeah,
game?
670 and 1,000.
Yeah, so that's Stanley Cup Finals.
It's 1,000 for section 124, I believe.
Is that's lower bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all Stanley Cup Final. You could
That's
easily
pretty understandable for Stanley Cup.
That's
Because-
the final. I'd pay that for sure.
Well, and it's the
Absolutely.
thing is where it's if there's 2 games, you sell one, you go to the other.
Yeah.
You've paid for them because you sold one.
Well, and it makes sense too with how many people are waiting for the Oilers to get the cup. Why would you not go to the finals if they're in it?
You don't
'Cause
wanna
that would
miss
be a
it.
time that you
Yeah.
could see them actually win it.
That's so funny. That I actually just look. In all seriousness, I did discuss this with like my family, and I'm like, if like my brother and I, we're going to the final. We don't care how much it costs. That
Like,
is
you're
That's
gonna
the
go.
thing is
Absolutely.
to
Like, you're
see
gonna
them
travel.
win. You
yes. If it's
Okay.
in game, sorry, Renee. If it's in game, if game 7 is whatever, wherever it may be,
Florida.
I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Sorry. What a stupid question.
You'll get the money back.
Sorry,
You won't
the
get
sass.
seeing that back.
I'll turn down the
No
sass
way.
today.
Keep the sass coming. It's been a sassy week on the station. Last night post game, sassy and
Was it?
feisty. Oh yeah, I loved it. It was great.
guess.
This is good. It's continuing. Ducky texts in. Ducky says we've been season seat holders for 12 years. We're not renewing. I've personally heard from several others who are doing the same thing. The gouge next year is ridiculous. No incentive to be a season seat holder anymore. Opening round lower bowl $400 and then becomes $1,100 for finals. That's from Ducky, who's been a season seat
$1,100.
holder.
You
But somebody will pay
didn't
for
you?
that.
You're an Oilers fan, correct?
No, I'm not an
Oh yeah,
Oilers
no,
fan.
We're
you're
not going into that.
You're the,
Like as a
you're from the East Coast. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
as a sports fan, I'd likely go, and like I understand to spend the money for sure, even if it's not my team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the chance of seeing your team win in the finals is worth more than $1,000. Absolutely, I would probably go just
So you
as a
would
sports
go.
fan.
Yes.
I don't.
See?
It depends. I mean, Savage is the biggest Oilers fan that there is, so
He's
I
a
feel like
big
I would
Oiler
get
fan.
roped into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go as a sports fan and for the electric energy, probably even if my team wasn't in this situation. Yeah.
What's the chance to be the Stanley Cup Final?
Yeah,
How many
it's
times
like-
you got to go to
well,
a championship
that-
game?
Exactly, Maddie.
seen-
It's such a big deal.
Yeah, like I've seen gold medal games. I've seen, worlds, and my teams win or weren't there. It's still electric to have been there and have
Yeah.
the souvenirs and the memories of being there. So I think it's worth it.
That's cool.
My brother went to Golden State Raptors final.
Oh.
He couldn't get his friends to commit, so he got lower bowl, went by himself. Obviously, there's a little bit of Raptor fans around him.
Yeah.
One of the best experiences of his life. Very expensive. It was the day he booked it within hours and left. He's like, screw this. This is once in a
Wow.
lifetime.
Exactly,
And think
yeah.
about that.
That's awesome.
And that's what made me feel like the Oilers Stanley Cup would mean the world and back. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd pay for.
Grown
for
men
my
will
team.
cry if that ever happens.
you bet.
I feel
A
like
lot of them.
1,000's probably my.
You
cap
guys
as
wouldn't
not
go?
an Oilers fan.
Would have to work.
What? Pardon?
Would you pay
If I wasn't working, and
Yeah.
I would 1,000 would be my cap as not an Oilers fan.
1,000?
But if I was an Oilers fan, it would be substantially higher. I think.
Like if I was a fan, I'd say no. I've been to Stanley Cup.
Of course you are. I was gonna say you don't count.
I don't know.
count.
You asked me, but Maddie, go
Like,
ahead.
well, but I don't know, because I'm spoiled now. Where I've gotten the media pass for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had to pay for an Oiler ticket in years.
Okay,
I
so
don't
for
think
the
I've ever
regular
had,
people,
I don't think I've ever actually had to pay for an Oiler ticket. Basically,
Lucky.
I was
I used to.
a
Yeah, I
kid
feel
and
like it
stuff, right?
loses
So
the
it's
novelty.
I don't know, and because I do believe, I'll joke about, I'll say eyes and we's and stuff for the Yankees and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oilers are not.
Yeah.
I believe in media being impartial. I am not an Oiler fan. I will state that again. That I don't cheer for the Oilers to go win. I'd like to see them in the Cup, to go to a Cup final and cover it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end,
You drive
it's
the
hard
prices
to-
up. You're the person that drives the prices up for the real
How?
fans, okay?
How?
I'm just gonna go because I want to.
Well, he's going for
But
the energy
it's
of
not a
being at
seat
the
that they're
sport.
selling.
Yeah.
It's like they're giving away a seat that they're selling.
They don't sell you
the
working.
seat that I have.
Maddie's
that was
rich,
at last
everybody.
He's where he lives in a palatial estate high atop my building.
It's one of those, but and then for one of my other teams, I was actually wondering, we went to Vegas, we were there for Super Bowl week, And before I knew the Ravens were knocked out, I was wondering if the Ravens are there. Like, I'll be there for Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
How much am I going to not want to leave Vegas?
Right.
Yeah.
And go like, my team's here. I'm in the same
Exactly.
city.
Yeah.
How do
We're
I
here to
not
win.
go watch them?
Exactly.
Well, and I don't want to like discredit either if he's not an Oilers fan to say like he's taking it away. Like I've been to more Oilers games than most Oilers fans, and I'm like, yes, I'm not an Oilers fan, but I'm a massive hockey fan, and going to the games is still amazing. Like I've seen the Kraken's first ever game was against the Oilers. I'm not an Oilers fan. I'm not a Kraken fan, but to have been there is super cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
For sure.
I think any fan that's going is still a valid fan to have gone.
Absolutely. No, you're right. I'm just bugging Maddie.
Yeah,
I'm still just trying to think of what
Anything.
I'm still just trying
I
to
like
think
it.
what I would
Keep
pay.
needling him.
I think it'd be Manchester United one day I'd have to pay for.
Would you cry if they won?
No, I'm not a crier.
That's good.
I don't cry.
Me neither.
Me and Guy Flaming was on yesterday with Dave Dawson. We
Yeah.
talked about movies and crying in movies. I said the closest I've ever cried in a movie was Toy Story 3.
I heard that.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's the Pixar movies.
What?
I watched the Mr. Dress Up documentary the other
yeah?
day. It got a little dusty.
Was it good?
It was awesome.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
On the list.
Jonathan Torrens is in it.
Your
and
buddy, friend of Hello Hockey.
friend of Hello Hockey. Yeah, I texted him like, that was beautiful what you said about Mr. Dress Up. And he's like, it's amazing how he's impacted all of us,
Yeah.
hasn't it? And I was like,
For sure.
yeah, it was. Anonymous follows up with, the seats are chairman and loge. Chairman
Oh,
is,
that's the booth.
Yeah.
That's the
Loge
suite
or-
next to the dressing room, is it not?
yeah, that one's super expensive.
Well, you're next to the dressing room.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's like a certain amount of seats that come with the loge seats. You get the private tunnel in and out. The loge seating is awesome. That is.
So worth it.
That's wild.
I don't know what the pricing is,
That's
but
wild.
Yeah.
it is a neat way
Is
to
it
watch
on
the
here?
game.
No
Or
doubt.
go to. I saw concerts in the loge. Really enjoyed
Oh,
that.
that would be
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
This is where I could piss people off. We got Oiler games during the bubble year in the Loge for press.
Yes.
And that it was amazing.
It was
and that's
really
where we
good.
got to see Connor score 100 points
Yeah.
in
Wow.
53 games when
Yeah,
no one
it
else
was
could be there.
crazy.
That was so weird.
It was cool for like the first 10 games.
That's
I
like
loved it the
niche.
entire
And
time.
then
Yeah.
after that, you're like, there's nobody here.
Well,
No, see, and I was the other way because I knew this wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
And it was like you're watching Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in a beer league game.
Yeah.
I was going to enjoy
was
every
weird.
second of that until I couldn't.
It was cool to hear. You could hear everything on the ice. So you're like, oh, I heard about that. I heard what you guys were saying. I love that stuff.
Oh, it's just quiet.
Behind the
Yeah.
scenes. That'd be super cool.
Flexing on us again.
Yeah.
Beef Nip says, Oilers thinking we all make David's money with these prices. Ugh. And then
But people will pay it.
Insane.
That's
People will
the
pay it.
ultimate
See
thing.
McDavid.
The Oilers will get their money. Somebody's going to pay for it.
Ducky
Renee and I.
Renee, yeah. Ducky says, in 06, I went to White a lot of nights for the games. It cost $3,500-ish that run, and it was electric. Would I have loved to be in the building? Yes, but for those prices, it's a tough one to swallow. And you know what? Ducky, I think, kind of speaks to what a lot of people feel, probably, because like some of these prices are ridiculous. But there are those that have the means, and they do go to the games, and they'll pay out whatever it takes. Like your bro going to the final, or
Yeah.
you going
Yeah.
to the
He
Oilers
works
to see
hard.
them if
yeah,
it happens.
he works hard. He deserves it. So.
Yeah.
We also talked about when, like we're talking about ownership for the Elks. There's money in the city of Edmonton.
There's lots.
but it's not flashy. They don't short around. So there's a lot of people that can go pay for that. We will get back
yes.
to the March Madness chat right away here. But it's time now for the keyword for the EST of Flyaway. As keep it locked. You got
Got
your
the
two
phones
phones. It would be something if Zach calls you. I'm not gonna lie. We got the keyword for the Flyaway to Vegas, 2 nonstop flights, 3 nights accommodations, tickets to Cirque, presented by FlyYG and the LVCVA. Nonstop flights to over 50 destinations. Your sports trip starts with a nonstop flight from FlyYG. Visit flyyeg.com for more information. With that, the keyword today is Jasmine.
That's not the keyword.
No, yeah, sorry. I should say that. Jasmine, what is the keyword
I'd
today?
be so flattered if it was, but it's not. The key word is, I want to say this like that game show password. The key word is flight. Once again,
I got it.
keyword is flight.
Care to spell it? It's on your
Flight.
Well, here we go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That is your keyword. Text at 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. Do not go into the nasty chat with that one. Text at 780-218-9999. You got 5 minutes to text that in. People text.
Whoa. That's wild. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you're just showing how many people
Yeah.
are texting.
One of them
It's
was
so
Jazz.
Yes, somebody.
Fair enough.
Jasmine's the keyword.
You've got 5 minutes to text that in, and Zacticum will give somebody a call. We'll talk with you on the air. But a flight, text at 780-9190 or 9999, not 9191. 780-218-9999. It is the EST Flyaway to Las Vegas. This is your chance to try to get in for this trip. We're qualifying people till April 25th. April 26th, we'll do the grand prize draw. Whoever wins, you get 2 months to book, and you could travel within a year. When would you guys want to go to Vegas? Because you've been texting in. You can't today for this keyword. But if you guys got a year to go, what are you looking at?
June?
June?
Probably. I have a couple trips planned for the fall, so
Anything
break it up a little
specific
bit.
in June, or just because you're breaking it up?
Just breaking it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went last year during January to see the Oilers. Great game. We won. It was like 7-4, I think. I would definitely go during an Oilers game because the tickets are actually quite pricey to fly from Edmonton during then. So I'd take advantage of that. And it's warm. And
That'd be
it's
tight to book.
I recommend during Super Bowl week too. I was there last year, and like even if the Super Bowl is not there, the city is just even more electric.
Yeah.
Like I was staying in Circa, which is like the sports betting
Yeah.
hotel, and
That's
it was
awesome.
insane of
Yeah.
just everyone placing their bets. And there was an extra, I think, 30,000 people in the city on top of the regular tours just there to party for Super Bowl week when the Super Bowl wasn't even there.
That's
Very
cool.
fun.
Okay, because that was on my list when I went last year. We just were so damn busy, right? You know, when bottle service and all. Just kidding. Okay. So were there a lot of girls, females, women?
Yes and no. Like I would say that there was more guys, but there's so many other amenities in Circa that it wasn't disproportionate of like the older like sports betting guys. Like I didn't feel out of place by any means, and they do have like Circa Swim there, which is all the heated pools with all the bottle service and stuff.
awesome.
And
That's
the
what I
big
wanted
screen.
to do.
Yeah.
That's swim with the watch
Well,
some games.
And you can go there even if you don't stay at Circa. You just have to pay the resort fee. But they have the ticker that goes around the big TV. So if you're watching any like bets, you can just drink in the pool. And they did have it heated when I went. There was people from Arizona that complained it was too cold.
Oh, wow.
So it's still kind of nice, even though it's February. But I highly recommend going over Super Bowl week too. It's a pretty good time.
I was gonna say, Tommy, we know you're gonna go there for Taco Bell, buddy. Like, come on.
Taco Bell
White Castle.
Cantina.
I still don't understand.
There's a
it.
White
Rick
Castle
from the
down the
Pint.
street from Circa.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yes,
Okay.
it's 24 hours. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Renee. Rick from the Pint told me about it, and he's like, "You just have to try it. You'll understand once you go." And when we were there last month,
You
I
went
did it.
twice.
I went twice. That's how good it was. And the first night, I picked up a White Claw at I think like 2:30 in the morning. I was like, I need this. And then the next morning, I woke up. I'm like, I did not need that. But it was delicious and not nutritious.
Yeah, but it's Taco Bell where you can
Vegas.
drink.
No,
Vegas,
That's what it sounds
no,
like.
no. There's something about the way they make it, Renee.
different.
You can speak to this too.
Yeah.
There's like a touch of love in there. Like the lady the second day I went, she like looked at me and she's like, "You're back, huh?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I am."
Yeah.
I don't really remember last night, but she's like, "Enjoy," and delicious. It was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Got
Try it.
You
Yeah.
have to.
When would you go to Vegas? If you could choose.
Oh,
Because Gager's F1.
Gage would do F1. I don't know if I'd necessarily like put it around the sports. I just enjoy Vegas. I'd like to golf. So yeah, and I like it when it's hot. So I would May, June. After
This
the
week
Stanley
would be
Cup
fun
final.
to be there
Yeah.
for March Madness.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
Circa for 4 days of this
Unreal.
coming
Yeah.
up.
fantastic.
Well, they have the stadium seating just in the sports betting area.
It looks awesome. Like, is
It's
it a nice
unreal.
hotel? Like, it looks
It's a
really
very
neat.
nice hotel. Like
Yeah.
the rooms, I mean, it's a relatively expensive hotel, so the rooms are nice. They're not to the level that I would expect for the money, to be honest.
okay.
But all of the amenities are incredible there. Like obviously the pool I was talking about, the sports betting area. There's multi levels of casino in it. The only thing is that they're a little bit more strict with bringing in alcohol, and if you smoke other things, you can't bring it in to Circa. They do like scan your ID. They are pretty strict with who's coming in and out. So it's
Interesting.
a good or bad thing depending on what you're looking for. But then you can always, wander down to like the Golden Nugget, and they're right next to the street performers, so you can go out to the concerts later
Right.
at night. So it's pretty nice for sure. It just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, you're right. Like,
Yeah.
they've got the old greasy hotels, like, from the early Vegas days that are
Yeah.
right there.
100%. Yeah, all the greasy stuff is outside,
It's
so you
right
kind of
there.
get the best of both. Kind of like,
Fremont
oh,
Street's
That's
interesting,
higher
isn't
level
it?
for
Fremont
me.
Street.
There's some weirdos on Fremont.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the zip line once. It was neat.
Yes, that's super cool.
Yeah.
I want to do the one on the high roller that goes down off of the main strip.
High roller looks cool.
yeah.
And
It's
yeah,
really
there is
cool.
that zip line there. That's, what is it? It's like the Boulevard or something.
I forget the name of it, but yeah.
The link. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah. The zip line there looks
Yeah.
really cool too.
That looks sweet.
yeah.
I've never been to Fremont Street, so
You
we
will.
didn't go. This was my
Just
first
never
time.
enough
Wow.
time.
This was my first time, and we
the
didn't
best
have
part
time
of
for it.
Vegas.
Weren't
So.
we supposed to go
We're
to
supposed to go,
Circa
but-
Swim or Stadium
Yeah, but when we
Swim?
got there, it was like abnormally cold,
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't
That's
that
why
warm.
they-
It was, like,
the Arizona
cloudy and
people got
rainy
it heated.
right?
the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
but
just
like
got
even like no
complained.
one was in the pool basically at all, like that whole week.
Oh, I had it
'cause
to
was-
myself one of the days. There was no one there. It was lovely. But you had like 6 servers to yourself. You
That's
could go
awesome.
between the pool.
True that.
Yeah. That's why it was great.
Should have gone.
They probably
there.
get bored. They bring you a drink on them. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
Don't mind
Oh,
Zach.
Zach?
He's coming to call.
Here he is.
He's got her qualified, so your phone didn't ring.
I'm like, I'm trying. Yeah.
So you,
no.
you're not the qualifier
Next
for today.
time. That would look a little rich.
Did you hang up on them?
I think he hung up on me.
Oh,
We'll just call
doesn't
him back,
want to win,
and
huh?
we'll see what it is.
Zach's a fellow Southsider, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yeah. Born and raised, that's what I say.
Northside's the way to go. Tommy understands.
That's right. North side.
It's where it's at.
We called this.
Don't you judge me.
saying anything. No.
Are you judging the North Side?
No.
Did you see that look?
No,
Northside people are
I
lovely.
don't know what happened. Yeah, I'll get you on here.
we're just lovely. I don't know what else.
Well, you guys
I don't
in
live on the
DT
north side.
now, so relax.
Yeah, I live downtown.
Okay,
Yeah.
calm down. Okay.
Don't rip the North Side here.
Well,
Don't try to
I'm
claim that we're
saying
not
they're
North
winner.
You
Siders
guys
now.
got good donaires out there, right?
Yeah, we do.
We've got
Nah,
good
I like
everything.
prime time.
We're
Prime time's
wonderful.
everywhere.
At
I
It
know,
is
actually,
good,
prime
though.
time used to be good.
Swiss
I should
is the
just
one.
Swiss is the
On
Can you
8
best.
edit that
seconds.
out, please?
No, there's no edit.
Do we have the qualifier?
Mousy.
Mousy?
Nice.
Hey, Mousy, you're on the air. Congratulations. Can you hear me? I always get worried about this part. Hello, Mousy? No, I'm not catching.
Oh,
Not there. Hung up again?
no, he's
Or is it connected to the other board, maybe?
Roadcaster too.
Yeah, it is. Roadcaster, too.
Hello?
Look at Zach to come. There he is. I can
No,
hear him.
I could hear him through there.
Look,
But,
Trev's
now
coming
Trev's
in.
coming in.
Trev's here to figure it out.
This is the first one we've had issues with since the first one.
Well,
now.
yeah,
It's been
Zach's
going
working
pretty
on it.
well. But if it doesn't go, well, then we just won't be able to talk to qualifier.
I can
today
hear
on the-
Mousy on his phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, on the
put 'em
phone, but it's not
speakerphone.
coming
I know.
through the Bluetooth.
I know. I'm just
On the board.
Try now.
Hey, Mousy, you there? No. That's okay. Mousy's our qualifier.
Oh, sorry about
Just grab his information. That's not his fault, so he doesn't get DQ'd. It is our fault on EST's end. Your next chance to qualify coming up on the Lock Shop with Dusty and Huss. And then one more chance after Oil Stream. You and Dustin Nielsen, you'll do the fourth qualifying for the day. 2 remaining. Again, qualifying people until the 25th.
Yeah.
Reminder, also Oil Stream tomorrow. You are at Hudson's White Ave. For pre and post, you are also there on Sunday.
That's the watch
for
party.
pre and post. It is
No,
the
it's
watch party.
Saturday.
Or Saturday, sorry. Oilers leaves. It's also for some people that would like to join Eric and I. We're doing the Hudson's duo.
Hey.
We are starting 2 o'clock, Hudson's West Edmonton Mall, Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, Canadian men's soccer. We're trying to qualify for Copa America. You can join us there, and then 4 o'clock, come to White.
Jeff and Adam from Hudson's Bourbon Street were both asking me about Saturday
Yeah.
for soccer, and I was like, no, that's the guys. They're watching. the soccer.
I'm nervous. I was talking with DVD about it at the game last night.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be nervous. We're nervous. I'm scared.
Canada, man.
We've grown better than this, and
We
now we're
should
back
be.
to the old ways.
I know it's scary.
I'm more nervous about that than my bracket.
Are those ones the New Jerseys released? With
Yeah.
The New Jerseys? Where they have like the Nike symbol above the.
Yeah.
They should be wearing those, I think, on Saturday.
I didn't like them.
Me neither.
Yeah, hey? They're not nice.
Have you seen them? The new kits?
Will you be there on Saturday, Renee?
I'm working Saturday, but if I can pop by, I will. Just depends on what happens at work.
I'll probably go.
I get there
I'll
when
be
I can.
there, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my
alright.
girlfriends, you know?
Bring them out.
Yeah.
The jerseys.
I gotta find it here.
They
quickly.
love the nasties, eh? So, okay, can I quickly share a quick story?
Yeah, go for
course.
it.
Okay,
This is
so
some
my
Nike
girlfriends
logo
are
up
the best. They listen to me like talk about sports. They're like, that's great, Jazz, right? They love the Oilers, by the way. But anyways, so
get one of those.
they
Okay,
don't
yeah,
understand this is called Edmonton Sports Talk. So they refer to everything as the McNasties. They're so cute.
Oh, the McNasties.
Yeah, the McNasties.
I like that a
Like,
lot.
is this our McNasty thing, Jazz? That's great. Like, yeah. I
It
love them to
is
death.
McNasty.
Smartest, most
McNasty.
beautiful girls. Shout out to San and Karen.
Are they watching right now?
Yeah, Sabine.
Hello,
Jasmine B.
McNasties.
McNasties.
This is the
I love it.
EST Hangout presented by White Claw. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Edmonton Blind Curling Club, hosting the 50th Western Canadian Blind and Vision Impaired Curling Championship. Starts today through the 23rd at the Granite Curling Club. Come out, support visually impaired athletes as they look to become champions of the West. Matt Iwanyk, Renee from Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. We got Jasmine, Nasty Club member, Tom Gazzola with you here on the Hangout on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, EdmontonSportsDoc.com, as well as YouTube. Mentioning Circa for a place to watch March Madness. Me and Eric were talking a couple days ago. Century would be a great place with all your TVs and stuff
It is
to go
good
watch
stuff.
All the
Do it.
TVs.
all of those. Like you got
Yeah.
5-6 games going on. You could
Absolutely. Oh.
follow all of those sitting nicely at Century,
Yeah.
and then turn around. There's horse betting.
Coming from like a bougie person, I guess. I'm not bougie. I know Tom's thinking it, but I'm not.
I didn't say anything.
No, but I was gonna say. So I went for the Super Bowl party.
Yes.
Renee threw a banger.
Thank you.
And as I mentioned, bougie, I was like, this place is really nice. Like,
Well, it's brand new. We opened in June, so everything is new there, nice and clean. And like
Clean,
the
great
people there
service.
are like
Yeah.
sports fans too, which is nice. Like everyone that was at Super Bowl was there for Super Bowl. Like the people coming in for the Oilers games are there for the Oilers games
Right.
or UFC, etc. So I'll obviously have the March Madness on. Hopefully, we'll have some fans there too, especially if you're in my bracket. We can talk about it. Yeah, it'd be lots of fun if anyone wants to come in, hang out.
it was
Love to
worth the
have you.
drive. It was worth it.
Yeah.
So you had to
fun
try to
day.
go to the north side.
What's that?
You had to come to the north side.
Yeah, I'm just giving props. Just saying. I like that lounge. TV's unreal.
Yeah.
And then Maddie was watching golf, so they had like this one little TV
The
on.
one
That was Nick Taylor.
consolation TV on golf for Maddie.
Thank you for doing that, by the way. When he
You're
putted
welcome.
in for the win, that was
Yeah,
huge.
really
Savage
Wow.
got it done too.
Savage, yes,
pushed.
thanks,
I was just watching on my phone.
Yeah.
I just had it on my phone, and I
I
was
like how
enjoying
Savage
it.
just goes by. He's like, I need control of this for that TV right there.
Some of my staff think he works there. Like seriously, he comes in and they won't serve him because they think he works there. Because he'll just go in like we'll dictate where the TVs are going, or he's gone back in the server area a couple times, and like people don't know who he is. They thought he was with you guys. He thought no clue. But
What
he's
are you
always
doing,
on
Trevor?
the TVs if I'm
Making a
not.
sandwich?
Pretty much he's gone back and gotten himself water a couple times. But the girls, if I'm not there, they'll go up to him and be like, what should be on the TV right now? And I'll
Wow.
be like, message me, change it. Yeah.
That was a super fun Super Bowl party. Great job, Renee, and to
Thank
you and
you.
the staff. How's the new 80-inch doing?
Good.
All
We're
right.
good. Yeah.
Nah, let's not go into that one. Let's not go into that one too much.
Yeah. Got all our TVs. And they will be on all the March Madness games.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun. Here's a question I have about March Madness. Why haven't we brought up Houston?
I was gonna bring up Kentucky actually, but let's talk about Houston first.
Well, like
Let
we
me
talk
find
about
my
UConn, we
Houston.
say UNC, we talk about Purdue, but like Houston is the second best team in this country,
I have them
and
going. Let's
like
see.
you have Duke going all the way to the Final Four. I do too. That means Houston's being knocked out.
Who
Are
do
we
I have?
disrespecting Houston here?
Absolutely, we're disrespecting Houston. Who
But
I
is there? Should we not be disrespect? Like,
I have them being taken out by Texas A&M. I don't know. I feel,
wow, second round
Yeah,
too.
I don't know.
Girl.
I like that.
yeah,
I feel like they're one of those teams that like randomly surprise people. I have them beating Longwood. I'm sorry.
Tommy's big
What
on
about
Longwood.
Moorhead State?
Who do they got?
Maybe Longwood takes out Houston. Maybe that's the 16th taking out the first upset.
Hey, now.
I don't know. Texas A&M I think has it, and then Duke taking Texas A&M.
I like that for Duke. Makes things easier. I just like it's weird that like I'm not seeing people really go with Houston, but they're like Purdue to me. I just don't trust
They're
them
like-
to go far. As Arizona, Arizona's my number one. I hate Arizona. I will never take Arizona again in my life. I have picked them many times, and they have blown my brackets too many times, mostly because of Sean Miller when he was coach. I do not like Sean
What do
Miller.
I have happening with Arizona?
Arizona's
I have Baylor,
Baylor
taking
knocking them out. I would assume.
Absolutely. Yeah, Baylor's taking them.
I have Wisconsin taking out Houston.
Yeah,
In
you
Sweet
also have
16.
Vermont taking
Yeah.
out Duke.
I just did that in spite of my crankiness. Okay.
Sometimes bold moves pay off, you know?
Well, it's like, but here's the thing: when you're filling out a bracket, how soon do you move on knocking out a first rounder? You clearly are going second rounds,
I'm going second round.
and that's always just like that's one thing I always struggle with because, like, look, I'm never going to take a 1 or a 2 to lose in the first round. It doesn't happen that often. Like it's happened a little bit more.
It's been happening enough,
happened,
though.
but is it
Yeah.
worth the risk of taking the chance to be like, I'm taking out my first or a second?
For Houston, I think so.
In the first round, I'm saying.
Yes.
You're not
Or-
taking Houston in the first round.
No, but I could see it either one, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Ken Palm really got it wrong then,
I
if that's the
have
case.
more faith in North Carolina. I have Baylor taking them out. I obviously have faith in Connecticut. And then Purdue, I have losing to Kansas. So I don't know. I feel like Houston would be the first number one to go for me.
For you,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm picking Baylor. I had Arizona. I'm picking
Thank you.
Baylor for Renee.
Don't
Okay,
take Baylor
Arizona.
Bears.
I
Baylor's a
win.
solid team.
Yeah, I'm
know
taking
they
Baylor.
are.
Except for the loss
But
to Green,
Arizona's
like
awful.
they're
Elite Eight.
consistently
Yeah.
good.
I will fight against Arizona as much as I can.
Clearly, I just changed my mind.
It's I will
We're not
change
cheering
I
for
will
it,
change
we're cheering
everyone's
against.
brackets. I will go up to people and just be like, no, you can't have Arizona that far.
We're
They're
just
awful.
cheering against Arizona.
I hate Arizona.
Do you think Nevada will take them? Or
Hey,
Baylor? You
no,
think
I had
it's
Baylor.
Is it? That's UNLV, right? Just double check. 'Cause for Nevada.
No, this is
No.
the Wolfpacks.
It's not UNLV.
No, it's not the Running
no
Rebels.
Running Rebs.
No Running Rebs.
They were good. What in the early '90s, and then since
Yeah,
then
that
it's
was.
kinda,
I think that was around the time Duke was winning their first couple titles,
yeah.
91, 92-ish. I think that's when the Rebels were up there. Did they
I've
win a
gone to
national
games there.
title? I think they might have won a national title.
they were somewhere around there.
Running
Like,
UNLV.
Yeah.
I feel like they did.
Yeah, I think so. Running Rebels basketball, are they national champs? 1990. Yeah.
okay, so I was right.
Then they were in the Final Four 90, 91, the two appearances prior to that. So yeah, in the early 90s was when they were
So this is okay.
really big.
Different.
But they're not in it now. So it's the Wolfpack.
Gotcha.
Taking on Dayton. Now, okay, how do you guys handle the close, like the 8-9s, the 10s taking on the 7s?
I
in
don't.
the first round. Well, you have to pick
I think
someone.
it depends on the teams.
I won't. I'm kidding.
I like looking at the odds, going to Vegas and saying, what are the odds?
So-
Vegas knows something usually. And why do they have this? Who do they have? I can't remember
They
who.
have Florida Atlantic taking for the 8-9.
But they have like number 11 New Mexico beating 6 Clemson. The odds on favor right now is New Mexico take on Clemson. And I like deferring to Vegas because they usually know what they're doing.
I feel like Clemson is one of those ones where I always say to not bet on your own team, but something in me just always picks Clemson. Like they're my second for football for NCAA. I don't know why. They're just a team that consistently knows how to win for me. Like I don't think they're going to ever go all the way, but I take them a lot further than I think the odds would.
How are you going to handle Clemson versus Baylor?
I took Baylor because
But
I
how are you
need
going to
to.
handle watching that?
I mean, I've watched Clemson beat out Notre Dame, and that broke my heart. So I just expect it at this point. I don't know. I have them going further than I feel like Vegas does.
Yeah, the one tip I like going to just Vegas. and
That is a
seeing
good
odds.
point. Yeah. 'cause-
In the first round, if they're close
know
matchups and I have
something.
no idea, Vegas is usually always right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the chance and go in Vegas.
Okay.
That's the way I look at some of those things.
Yeah, they're a good sports school, right? They had a good football team and stuff too. Gotta rely on those athletes to
For
do
who?
well, right? Clemson.
Yeah,
Right?
it's.
I'm
it's a
against
sports
Clemson in the
school. They're
first round.
Consistent, good athletes.
I've just joined Florida State to sue the ACC, trying to get out of the ACC.
Really?
That's now coming. More college sports just being ruined by football. They've ruined it.
I get it.
We've got Washington and
what was the-
UCLA taking on Michigan and Ohio State in volleyball coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
With all the
That doesn't make any
restructuring.
sense.
What was the one? I can't remember who said it. One of the coaches or someone like that said, just take
Chip Kelly.
football, yeah, make it separate from everything
Yes.
else.
Yes, it should be.
Do
It
it.
makes a lot more sense. But you're going to have UCLA battling Wisconsin midweek for some volleyball event. That's not the NCAA.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just being ruined because of football. But I want football to go this way. I want the playoffs, although I don't like going to 16 when we haven't even seen 12 yet. But like I want the playoffs and stuff. It's good. I love the NCAA football, but you're messing it up for everything else.
It should be its own entity at this point.
Hockey used to be that, like largely that way. Hockey, like not everyone was in hockey, and they have different conferences and stuff. So keep the Pac-12, Pac-12. Keep the AC, the ACAC, SEC, SEC, all of that. But then go college
Mountain
football.
West.
That's my conference now, somewhat, because Washington
Mountain
State's
West.
part of it. Well, not really.
Chris has a comment in regard to going with Vegas. May I?
Okay.
This is via the inbox 780-218-9999. Chris says Vegas doesn't know what it's doing. Last 2 years, you could blind bet the underdog every game the same amount and come out ahead.
Well, that happened multiple times throughout different leagues this season too. The underdogs were taking.
Okay.
Well, so you would know about that.
Here's where I'll challenge on that is last year was a ridiculous year for upsets. Naturally, if I'm taking a 16 seed to beat a 1 seed, the odds are going to be huge. So I'm going to make more money just based off that one win. I'm not talking about a 1 versus 16 seed. I'm talking about those close
The tight ones. Yeah.
And that's where I defer to Vegas.
Okay.
But yeah, last year was ridiculous when it came to upsets. So naturally, yeah, if you bet all the upsets, you were going to make a lot of cash last year. But how often does that really happen? I think this year we're going to see a lot less upsets because of that. I think we're going to see things balance out, and we're going to see a lot more favorites go through this and more of a 1 through 4s keep advancing.
You meaning like Vegas is gonna rig it?
No. Just like there's the ebbs and flows of, I feel
No,
like of March Madness. That last year was the crazy year.
Yes.
We saw ridiculous upsets. This year, I think we're going to get back to seeing a lot less of the upsets. And we're going to see more of the, like, I would not be shocked if we're talking about a Final Four with 3 number ones.
Do you think it killed viewership though? Because personally, when my bracket gets broken, I'm bitter, right? So I'm like, I'm not effing watching this.
I feel like, but it was so chaotic that I feel like people kind of wanted to see what was happening at that point. Like if it was an upset, sure, but the amount that happened last March Madness, I could see being invested in just the chaos at this point.
Always watching the Cinderella team come through though. Hey?
Yeah.
It's a good question, though, because, like, in Canada, yes, it would have killed the interest up here.
Yeah.
We don't care that much about March Madness. People don't watch after the first weekend.
Yeah.
We'll get through Monday, and most people will stop watching because their brackets are mostly busted and they don't care anymore. Yeah. But the States is different. So I don't know if they would have cared last year or not.
Yeah, college is like religion out there.
Yeah.
It's culty.
Yeah,
It is.
It's culty.
It is.
I was at Eddie George's at the Ohio State to watch Ohio State, I think, advance to the Sweet 16. It was wild. It
Oh
was
no,
wild.
Ohio
It was
State is crazy.
It was a lot of
too.
fun. Buckets of, I think it was Bud and Bud Light. You get like a 12 in the bucket for, it was like $6 or $7. We may have had a few of those buckets. And some of our media colleagues may have been able to be blinded by dental floss that night with how banged up they were.
How could you not?
I mean,
What's
mix
that
the
price?
water for
that
I mean, it was
price,
a great
that
deal.
energy,
Yeah.
Ohio.
I'm just wrong to do this. They're going to kick me out of the bar. Mm-hmm. I'm not here for
It was awesome. It was
Although I
so
don't like
packed
Ohio
in
State.
there too. It was like you couldn't even move. Fire marshals be damned, and it was a lot of fun. And people were loving it.
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you guys went to NCAA games before, right? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Football and 1 basketball.
Yeah, basketball. I went to, I think it was Spokane and
Gonzaga?
Yeah, and it was so aggressive. I'm just wearing black, okay? I'm just there to see a good game. I think it was a Canadian player playing at that time, and you could see like a mom, a dad, 2 little kids, and like their college kid, maybe like teenagers supposed to go to their school, were just yelling at the other, like their rivals, and there's just, it was nitty gritty, and you're just like, oh my god, and just the F-bombs being thrown out, his children around, it was something, and yeah, they were just rowdy.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I
That's
said,
what
I'm
people
just
go for.
I'm wearing black.
College sports in the
I
States
was
is the
Rob Lowe with the
closest.
NFL hat that day, okay?
Well said. Yes.
It's the closest college sports in the U.S. is closest to soccer culture in North
Yeah.
America.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe with the NFL hat. I hope everybody has fun today.
Well, that's Dusty now with the CFL hat.
Yeah.
Dusty always has the CFL hat on.
I know.
He's the league man.
He's just such a league guy.
No, college sports is though it's great to get to, and one year it'd be great to go to a March Madness.
Oh, for sure.
absolutely.
You could fly to Cali. Like, they were supposed to do it in Sacramento, but then COVID happened. That was my original plan.
Why Sacramento?
Got family there. Got a place to
Okay,
stay.
because there's not a lot of reasons to be like, you don't know where I want to go. I want to go to
I know,
Sacramento.
I've been.
How is it? I'd love to watch a Kings game there.
You
Sure.
probably make your way up to San Fran and have a good time though.
I know San Francisco.
San Francisco is what a great city.
I don't like San Francisco.
It's got like
take?
a bit of a New York feel
Haven't
to
been,
it.
but I know I'd love it.
You probably
Yeah.
I'm from a place more
Yeah.
similar to that than here, so I like it.
There,
It's colder in San Francisco than you would expect.
It is.
Well, it's right off the water, yeah.
It's a neat city. Like it has a lot of fun places to go. Like great history.
Yeah, the bridge is wild. Like when you see
Yeah.
the Golden Gate, you're like, this is crazy. Just
Yeah.
like the Eiffel Tower sort of deal. But other than that, I wasn't a fan.
One of my old camera guy producers, Blaine Sayers, he's with the Devils now. He's a huge like music guy, and he's like, we need to go to Sausalito and see the studio where Fleetwood Mac recorded Rumors.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And my boss and I are like, yeah, okay. Well, we have a rental car. I guess let's go. It's not like there's anything else to do in San Fran. We went to like the Full House home, and then obviously Golden Gate had been there before, and then like the street that goes like that, the pier and stuff. So we're like, all right, Blaine, we'll go to this recording studio, and we get there, and it was like a cult yoga hybrid thing, and Blaine's like, can we see where like the studio and recording areas were? Do you guys still have any of that stuff? And they're like, no, we don't. We've renovated in here since. And would you be interested in maybe taking a tour and looking at some options if you'd like to join? And we
they
kind
took
of like,
out Fleetwood Mac for yoga.
yeah.
That's
The
just sad.
yoga. It was very
I miss
culty.
that.
Very
And we're like,
California.
yeah, let's get out of here. This is
Fleetwood
weird.
Mac
Fleetwood
is
Mac,
amazing.
though.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
It's the same as Dave Grohl. It's over 10 years now. He put out a doc called Sound City about the recording studio Sound City in California, which a lot of people recorded. It's where Fleetwood Mac actually met. And now it's gone. That whole studio's gone, and it's sad.
sucks.
But Dave Grohl has the original board from there.
Does
And
he?
He's
That's
recorded
pretty cool.
music in his own personal studio.
That's cool.
So that's music history gone.
Yeah.
And Rumors is such a great album.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go see where Rumors was created?
Not really.
Wow.
Wow.
Like-
Wow.
That hurts.
Well,
Doesn't
I
care
ended
about
up
March
being right
Madness,
because it
doesn't
was
care about
gone.
rumors. Disappointed.
I agree.
You can go your own way, Renee.
Gets up and leaves.
Tom, can I ask you a question quickly?
Yeah.
I had this on my list. So there's like that hockey show. I think Dusty guys were talking about it earlier. That they might have like some players similar
They
to.
want to do like a Drive to Survive, but follow 12,
Yeah.
10 to 12 NHL stars for a doc.
My comment on that is because you met these players across the league, right?
Yes.
So like I personally want to say like OV because that guy has a personality, but like I want to see the hardships. I want to see like somebody that's more like talkative. I don't want to see their training camp and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
who do you think or who have you met that you're like took you aback and you're like, oh, this guy's kind of funny,
Like-
has personality.
Great characters. Actually, that good question. Yesterday or the day before yesterday, a guy that I was sitting in the Habs locker room waiting for guys to come out to do interviews, and Arbor Xhekaj was sitting in his locker, and he's a tough guy for the Habs, young player, right? And I remember reading about like how he managed to get through his time in the OHL and then work his way up to the NHL. He worked at Costco in Hamilton.
That's cool.
I worked at Costco here when I was my late teens, early 20s, before I went to Nate to take radio and TV. And so I'm like, hey, Arbor, what department did you work in? Front end? Tire shop? He's like, yeah, man, front end, it sucked. And whenever I got tired, I would go and do go backs. Go backs is all the
Yeah.
stuff that you take back and put on the shelves. He's like, I'd take off my name tag so people didn't know I was working there. And he's like, one time I got to work in the garden center. So there's like stuff like that. He's not a typical story, like NHL classic, was always the best guy on his team, had it good, parents,
Yes.
more than flush with cash.
Exactly.
He's a guy that had to work his way up. So that's a guy, and he's a lot of fighters are very personable and are open and will give you something. So that's a guy I would look at and be like, you know what? That's a pretty neat story. And no, he's not the sexiest name or player in the league, but I mean, it's a unique one. His nickname is Wi-Fi because his name's spelled so funny, and he does have a very unique path to the NHL. And I think that's a storyline, an example of someone that they could use. This Matt Rempe is
Yeah.
great. I mean, he's an old school player doing it the hard way in the NHL and making a name for himself. I think that would be a great one. Of course, you got to mix in a few of your stars, but you probably want to like Nathan McKinnon would probably be good because
Yeah.
he doesn't hold back on anything.
Yeah, well,
And-
personality, and then
yeah.
he's like the small town hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like overcoming like addiction or single parent, like coming from like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Like, stuff like
addiction,
that, yeah.
like that part is very intriguing, but I think there'd be a lot of red tape just knowing the
It'd be hard to
NHL
touch
how it
on.
operates. And then a lot of these guys are really reserved, but you got 750 players to pick from, and like if they went Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Alex Ovechkin, I'd be like, pass. Like I don't need to know these. Everybody knows their stories.
Like,
yeah.
But you're trying to grow the game, and no one cares about. Like you say, there's 750 players. A good 600, no one cares about. to
That's
grow
why
this
you
game.
get, like Jasmine said,
selling.
the
Mix
good
them in.
stories.
Yeah.
But,
you have
that's
to have
not
a
going to get a
couple of-
casual fan to tune in. A
Sure.
casual fan doesn't want to hear a story about a fourth liner.
Okay, then throw Connor Bedard in there, get him
Mix
to
it
agree
up.
to it, and then there's your big sexy name. Get one of the Crosby or Ovechkin, then give me 10 other unique stories of guys
and
that I
talk
want to know about.
Scandals like Connor Bedard. Hey, how did it go with the whole Corey Perry thing? How did you deal with that? Like, I want raw stuff.
That would be great
Yeah.
if the league
If
said
they would
yes
let
to
them
it.
to.
So there you
Because
go.
Drive to Survive was great because there was riffs.
Yes.
And they weren't afraid to talk about each other.
Right.
Full Swing is great. They do a good mix. There's a lot of stars in that one, but we learned about Joel Damon.
Right.
No one knew who Damon was.
I love him and Tahit Segala. I love.
We
They're
love
my
that,
favorites.
right?
Yeah.
But the majority of that, it's still Rory, it's Justin Thomas,
Yeah.
it's Spieth, it was
I like
Dustin
Thomas.
Johnson. It was the top guys.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do, let's say, 10 to 12 NHL players, 8 have to be stars. Have to be.
I would cut that in half.
No, because then you're not growing this game. You're doing this now for hockey people.
I'd want to create stars.
But like in the NBA, why do people love the NBA so much? Because it's stars shine.
Because they talk and they're honest. And if they're pissed, they're pissed. If they're happy, if they had a crazy dunk. Like, did you guys not watch the video of Anthony Edwards dunking? Obviously, everybody saw
Yeah,
it.
and they're showing the video on their phone and they're
Yeah.
reacting. That was
And
awesome.
He's reacting
Yeah.
to
Even
his
I
own
watched
dunk.
that and I was
Right.
like, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Tommy did everybody.
Thank you, Jasmine.
But it's stars. People want stars. People love stars. They don't care about the third, fourth liner. If you want to grow this game, you need to get the stars to commit and you need them to be more in depth.
Then you get yawn, boring pass.
Exactly.
Or you try to find the exciting parts of it and get it out of them.
That's
You need you need Connor McDavid in this, straight up.
I
He's
think
the face of the game.
the NBA
Boring.
stars come up in a different lifestyle than NHL stars
Yeah.
do, though. Like they have more stories, they're more personal, they're more relatable to a lot of people. So yes, it is still the star power, but it's in a much different way than the private school, like parents, money, hockey players. A lot of NBA players
Rags
are
to riches.
self-made.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. Are
yeah.
self-made and still retained that personality through like the growth.
And it's that culture. Again,
Yeah.
hockey culture is very mundane and very like
Stuffy.
You know,
You're in it or
you
you're
gotta
not.
be like, damn, hell yeah, I
Yeah.
got that shootout goal, or like we want like,
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get it until like our next generation, maybe.
You're starting to see the person. Like, did you guys see the kid in Calgary that scored the shootout goal in the intermission and then did the sliding on the ice and then the worm?
Yes.
You're starting to see, like, that was funny and well done by that kid, obviously.
And you're talking about it now.
We're talking
Yeah,
about it right
yeah,
now,
exactly.
but these kids now, there's a lot of me, not we. And so you're right that generation will probably, and everyone, this is another thing that's popped up too with the next generation of people in general is everyone is now not afraid to be on camera. They're always doing stuff on their phone, right? Like, so whereas before you had to kind of teach and go to school and get comfortable with that, now
All the media training.
media training, like now everybody kind of thinks that they're an influencer. And
Yeah,
it's ridiculous,
times
but
have
at the
changed
same
in that,
time,
yeah.
it can help in that regard, like
Yeah.
Jasmine brought up, personality-wise, in my humble opinion.
Well, and it helps your career now too with the personality. Like I'm horrible with names. The Raptors player that's the top in all of his stats.
Scotty Barnes?
Yes.
Nah.
Look at how much the
got it of all of us.
I feel like my Tommy liked on his
got
video.
that one for us.
Thank you, Tommy. But like, look at Scotty Barnes and how internet famous he is now. And, like
Right.
the cult following that he has, only because he is such an odd dude. Like the second he comes out of the tunnel before a game, all of the cameras are on him just to watch him. Like the amount of times he trips coming
Right.
out onto the court, or the amount of like obscure things he does or says, it just adds to him as a player that I feel like people aren't really getting from hockey players as much. And he's even more famous now because of it, because everyone's like, how are you the top in all of the stats for your team when you can't walk out on the court without tripping? Like, it just adds a whole other level to him that I think people really like.
Great point.
But this is where the NHL though needs the stars for that though. Is like if I'm a new viewer from the US and I watch Matt Rempe and then I go, oh, I'm going to watch this guy. How many minutes do I get to watch Matt Rempe play?
10. And then,
And then
when
I'm
you go-
going, why
when
am
you
I
go-
not seeing this guy more? Why
But
can't I
then-
watch this more? Which is why you need the stars thing, because this is to get casual people.
But that's
and
why you
it's-
mix them in.
Yeah.
Well, right, but that's where you need majority stars to me.
I
you
disagree.
need 8
Couple
stars,
stars.
and then 4 maybe non. Because if the majority, if all these people fall in love with these third, fourth liners, I'm barely getting to watch them.
Stars are boring
But-
in the NHL. Sorry.
And you got to find a way to get them not to be boring.
I think
that's
we're
the
also-
goal the NHL needs.
We're saying this as sports fans too, though. Like, if you're not a big sports person, you're just kind of tuning in because everyone else is watching it, you're going to be more intrigued by the stories, by the obscure people. How many people follow Scotty Burns that have no clue about basketball and really don't care about basketball? Him as a meme. Like, look at the Savannah Bananas. Everyone loves the Savannah Bananas right now,
I
whether you like baseball or
hate
not.
them.
But
But it's because of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I will still watch like a dumb dancing pitch. And I'll be like, oh, I hate it. But then
But what's the
But
goal the
that's the
NHL
thing, is
wants
it
from
sucks,
this?
more eyes on.
Is it on
New
their
eyes.
clips, or though is it watching the games?
but if you're already a massive hockey fan, you're already watching.
Yeah.
no, I know.
Do you need to watch the games though? Or can you just watch the highlights now?
If you're the
And
NHL,
can
you
you
need
buy
the,
the
games.
merch?
NHL, you need the
They
games.
care more about the merch, I think.
You need that. The reason the NFL and the NBA are so big is their TV deals. They're billions of dollars a year. The NHL doesn't have that. That's what you're trying to get, is where you don't care about your gate revenue anymore. The NBA and the NFL don't need anyone to show up to a basketball or football game, and they're making money because they're TV deals. The NHL is in a position, they need people watching this game and going to those games.
But look at the NFL this year with how many fans came around because of the personal lives.
Of T-Swift?
There you go.
How much merch was sold, how many tickets and viewers came that didn't care about football.
You are right.
Yeah.
I'm like, as much as we all hated it,
Yeah.
as the league itself and looking at the numbers, like getting the people that aren't already sports fans was massive.
Yeah. So what we need is Sidney Crosby to proposition, court, and date Lady Gaga. Thank you.
I'd be into it.
She doesn't even have an album out or anything. Can you please get with pop culture? Like,
Who would you suggest? Who would you suggest? What's a dream couple to get that Taylor Swift effect? I know Swift is
don't wanna
like
jinx
Swift is another category. But
Yeah.
she's also with Travis Kelce, who's a star.
Look
Right.
at the All-Star teams.
People
it
care about
was
stars.
Justin Bieber, Tate
Tate
McRae.
McRae.
Tate
Yeah.
McRae is only relevant because she's from Calgary for the most part. She is
Right.
a fan, but why are people like that doing the All-Stars?
because they're only hockey. They only
Because
get
she
the hockey
wanted
fans.
to
That's an
get
NHL.
back at her ex-boyfriend.
is that right?
Hey,
It worked though, and there was viewership that came from not hockey fans.
the NHL told its staff, not independent and different outlets, do not ask her about dating hockey players when she was at All Star.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, no surprise.
Again,
but
NHL interference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say too much. Don't make it.
But no, it's one of
It's
those where
too
it's like the
polished.
females always get asked that, but the guys never get asked that stuff.
Fair
I
enough.
get like that stuff. Why you would say like she's there for her music. It's not, well, just because you want to date guys. Like you don't want those type of questions. I
Fair
get
enough.
why the NHL would do that.
what
Yeah,
would
fair
be the ultimate like power hockey player / megastar couple? That would be better than Lady Gaga and Sidney Crosby.
Well, it can't be Sidney Crosby because it's got to be younger.
I was going to make that. I was going to
That's
say that
just
too. I
a
was
bad
like, he's-
example that I pulled from my
Yeah.
limited knowledge
Oh,
of pop
Lord.
I don't even know
culture.
it was cool anymore.
I'm not a pop culture person.
I'm not necessarily radio. Like, I don't listen to.
But there's just nothing on the level of T Swift.
I know.
Again,
Yeah.
she literally is as big as the NFL. She proved that.
Exactly. Any star is that big.
I don't know who else would be that big.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm perplexed. I can't tell you. And I'm not a fan of T Swift. I know me and you always agree that she is annoying.
Yeah. I
Oh,
find her very
absolutely.
annoying.
Thank you, Renee.
Ruined this season of NFL for sure.
She did.
Thank you.
Gosh.
I loved it in the end because it annoyed so many people. And I just love
You're
that it
just an
annoyed people.
instigator.
Yes,
I know.
Focus there.
It's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it annoyed certain people that I really was happy it annoyed. Let's just go there. That's as far as I'll take that one.
As
like
far
it.
as
That's
that,
respectful.
that question,
Yeah.
Tommy, I'll tell you off air what I really think
Okay.
about that.
All right.
Okay.
Juicy.
Wow. Has to be off the air.
Okay.
Yes. I don't want to be canceled
I'm curious.
on EST.
You could be the first one canceled on EST.
What an accomplishment,
Wow.
Jasmine.
How strong are these opinions that you're
yeah.
gonna be the first
How
person
is someone
canceled on
dating
this show?
someone very like controversial?
Yeah.
Wow.
EST Hangout, Matt, Renee, Jasmine, Tommy with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Reminder coming up 11 o'clock. It is the Lock Shop. They're looking at the Valspar Championship this weekend on the Lock Shop.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Coming off the Players Championship. We're closer to the Masters.
Man, I'm actually super excited for the Masters this year. I'm getting the juices are flowing golf wise for me, and I'm very, very excited. Usually PGA, I'm kind of like, yeah, casually turn it on. Now I'm like, let's go. I've been watching everything this so far. It's been great
Weather's just not turning the proper way.
for us here.
Yeah. For you
Yeah,
guys
I
to
know.
go golfing and stuff?
Sure,
Won't
but
work.
it's starting to go. Like I lost my conversation after we gave out the keyword. I was talking.
Was it with
I-
Bones?
It was with Bones, and then Nick,
Bones, text Tommy back
and
with
then
the wedge.
Mick got in on it too. Mick from Beaumont, and we were talking wedges. So it's all good. I'll follow up later. We'll get back at it. Anyway,
I want to get back into the golfing, but I got to take my time.
he's got that bad
Gotta
shoulder.
take my
Do you
time.
guys play golf?
No.
She hates golf. I know that.
You hate
Girl.
golf?
I feel extremely passionate about mini putt, but I don't like golf.
Mini
Sorry.
putt.
I'm
It's fun.
sorry. I
Don't
get
be
why
sorry,
people
be
like
Renee.
it. It's just it's not my thing. I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
there's too many downs for me.
you know what COVID did? It brought in like younger people to golf, and it brought in way more women to golf.
Because people had nothing else they could
I
physically
know,
do.
but like, and it's
With
it's
groups.
stayed
See,
pretty
that's the way
steady
I look
from
at
everything
golf.
I've
There's
seen.
nothing else to physically do. Maybe.
That's just that's like taking
I'm
that.
sorry. I
Wow,
don't know
that
why I'm
hurts.
so. I mean, Tiger Woods is just staring me down right now. I'm sorry.
He's judging you.
Yeah.
How dare you, Renee?
It's great.
It's okay. If
It's
I'm
great
not there,
watching
there's
them.
just more room for everyone else.
It's great watching them,
Yeah.
seeing what they could do when I can't do that, seeing how effortless it is.
But you you get
hard.
that one shot, and you're like, oh my god, I can do it.
Let's
Beautiful
do another
day,
18.
a sip of 6 o'clock or lager, maybe a birdie juice of some sort, a White Claw on a hot day.
I just don't. I don't have the self discipline or that level of energy. I'm like tackle football. Like I can't like patiently like time out this way. I don't have the focus for it to
You
watch
need
it or
go,
to do
go.
it. Yeah, I'm like
Gotcha.
I need hockey fights and running around. I can't just slow putt. I'll miss it
Yeah.
because I can't pay attention.
That's fair.
Yeah.
See, you guys are guys like none of my friends play, and I play, and if I go with my cousins or something, I suck, and they don't want to invite me again.
Oh.
Right. So, anyways, I was gonna take lessons last year, but I injured my foot. I was on a knee scooter at the Nasty Bash. You weren't there. Yeah.
No, I was out of
And
country.
so I had to like opt out of lessons, but I'm taking them in May.
Oh,
I think
nice.
you're gonna love it.
I'm gonna get good, and then I'm gonna get good.
I've gone on golf dates.
Confidence.
Like I've done golf dates with girls that love golf, and they're fun, super fun.
It's an activity.
Yeah,
You got to be
yeah,
outside.
activity dates are fun.
You got to go spend 4 hours.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I-
great.
yeah.
It's fun when they,
But it's also
and they
very frustrating.
Are good, and they like beat you on holes, and they like make fun of you, and you're like, yeah,
That's
I'm
awesome.
coming back. I'm coming back on this hole.
Keeper right there. That's a keeper.
Hey now, hey now.
I did. Okay, baseball. When you throw a bat. When you hit a ball, it is insane. Like my back was hurting so much this weekend in Vancouver. One of my friends is like used to play professional baseball in the States, so now he's a baseball coach, and he took me to like their training facility, and I killed it. So we did everything from like the t-ball to like, and you think like hand-eye coordination. So much fun.
Isn't it crazy?
That pride at the end, I was like, yeah, like, I was going nuts. So,
And the sound when you hit it too.
oh
Just
yeah,
so satisfying.
And you see it go, and yeah, everybody was laughing at me because I was way too hyper. But do that as a date, batting
Batting
cage.
There's not a lot
we
in
go.
Edmonton.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
We used to have the White Mud Amusement
Right.
Center.
Go-karts
And they had
there.
all that stuff, and there's
Mini
batting
putt.
cages
Yeah,
there.
White Mud.
And that's closed, and there's not a lot of I don't know of many batting
You can
cages
go to
that
a
are
field,
left.
but
Ice
you
House
can't
has
get
them.
your date to be like, okay, go get the ball now. And then you're like running all sweaty. Like you don't want to do that either.
No, that's not ideal.
Ice House has batting cages?
Yeah, they put batting cages atop the rooftop patio.
Oh, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's where they are.
See, do that.
I did that
Great for
also
summer.
in a like Rimai when there was like a thunderstorm rolling in with a couple of buddies and
No,
they're
we're in
like-
Saskatoon. It was raining, and the guy's like, "You can't go in. It's raining." We're like, "That's fine. We'll be good." He's like,
Yeah.
"No, you can't go in." "No, we're good." And then Ryan got hit by a ball.
Yeah, we did that last summer. Minus getting hit by a
That
ball.
hurts.
He went down. It was fun. It was great. Fuddruckers in Saskatoon.
Love Fuddruckers.
It was awesome. It was good times out there. Yeah, we don't have enough good batting cages.
No, we don't.
So
Business idea?
Shanks.
Inquire with
We
Yeah.
talked about this extensively. Shanks.
There's a lot of extra things
There
about
you
batting
go.
cages, F1 sim, a golf sim, the bowling alley staying.
I need to
Obviously.
ask. We've brought up F1 a couple times. What is happening with the first turn? The 20 stories first turn. What liability insurance is going to exist on it? You saw when I posted the new track.
Yeah.
That they're proposing.
Where?
Saudi Arabia?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
Saudis
they're building
usually-
okay.
The first turn
Yeah.
is super steep, 20 stories high. How are you doing that in F1?
Because there's
Their
a couple of
cars are just
tracks where
incredible.
there's huge elevation changes. Is
Spa, I think.
Spa is one of them.
Spa has the big
But
one.
20 stories tight turn as the first turn.
It makes it better because
Yeah.
if there's crashes, it's
love
even
it.
better.
Yeah, no, I want this. I'm
There
here for
haven't
the
been
chaos,
enough
but
crashes in F1 the last year and a half.
I
But-
want the crashes.
Bring
I
on
Well, the
the
want-
lap one is
yeah.
like,
But like,
at least right now with Max's dominance, lap one is what matters. Like you just need to watch
Yeah.
that first turn.
that's what I'm
And
saying. Like, it's
so-
a 20-story drop.
These guys are like literally inside mini rocket ships on wheels. So
Yeah.
I think the G-force will keep them down, right?
Oh no, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Is
just
that how G-force works?
I don't know. I'm not a
I feel
scientist,
like,
Renee.
but like perpetual motion. No,
I don't know.
I don't
Where's
know.
Gager when we need him? Gage will
Joaquin.
explain all this, but no, that's it works. They figured it out apparently. It
Someone
should
that
at
knows
least. Or
math.
but maybe it doesn't because in Vegas when they had their first race this year, the manhole covers kept coming off
Right.
during practice
Yeah.
sessions, and it was a disaster.
I
So,
wonder if the FIA, like, they would have to approve that, obviously.
Like, yeah. Just
well, there'd be
wondering.
some test runs, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Spa has the big. They come down.
The dips and the
They come down, I
yeah,
think.
and you go uphill after, or slowly work your way back up.
It's
Yeah.
watch Drive to Survive. Maybe you'll find out.
Maybe it'll answer. Yeah.
Maybe it's in there. We missed it.
Someone that knows F1 and math a little bit more than I do, please explain.
I always did love physics though.
You got to do a Jake Paul Tyson watch party, eh?
Yeah.
Let's all do
I'm
like do a
already-
betting thing too. Like let's see, I mean, like marbles or something. We can all throw into like jars or something and see who.
I've already planned on
Marbles,
ordering
oh.
the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
The
let's
second
see,
it was
like-
What's it,
released, I
Netflix?
sent it to some marketing people. I'm like, we're ordering this.
Were they
I'm
on
sorry.
board?
I feel like everyone just kind of trusts my opinion with that because there's
As
not a
they
lot of
should.
sports people. But I'm like, you just trust me. It's chaos. We
But
need
it's
to do
Netflix
this.
apparently.
No,
and it's just with the
It is
subscription of
Netflix.
Netflix.
We can still do
$200 million
it.
Netflix.
Yeah, no, I know, but I
Yeah.
don't think that like apparently there's no like
They're
unless it
not
might
doing
be
it
because
on
bar
pay-per-view as
different.
well?
But I think it's just Netflix. It comes with
Really?
But I'm
I'm
guessing
gonna
bar
watch
not for a
Mike
little
Tyson
bit.
beat his ass.
I mean, if it's Netflix,
I'm
I'll just
with
look it up.
YouTube Trev on
the
this
Roku.
one. I think Jake
No!
Paul's gonna win.
No.
No, you
Oh.
can't say Jake Paul is gonna win.
I don't like Jake Paul. Everybody wants to see him get knocked out, but I'm a realist. Numbers don't lie. Again,
You're being
like,
rude
Yes,
right
this
now.
guy's
Mike
top-
Tyson is a
It's
beast.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He's old.
I don't care, Trev. I don't care that he's 60. Watch those videos.
He's
Jake Paul does
old.
WWE. Like,
Have
come
you
on.
watched-
Did you watch the last fight? Was it 4 years ago? It was like watching two senior citizens go at it. They're
Have
just
you-
like holding each other.
Have you
like,
seen the
Jake
videos
Paul,
of Tyson
well done.
practicing right now
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
wicked he is?
Hey, I like Mike Tyson. I'm just saying. I think Jake Paul. He's a little younger,
He
faster.
hasn't
He's
fought
taller
a
than him,
boxer,
too.
basically.
He has, yeah, the only time he fought a boxer, he lost.
Yeah. Jake Paul.
Yeah.
All right. Not like I care.
You can't.
We're talking
broke
about
my
Mike
back.
Tyson like he's a random
back
like
is broken.
retiree.
Thank you.
Like,
Ronald.
it's Mike fucking Tyson.
Thank you.
Wait, did he? Okay.
It's Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Like here's where I know this is like okay. I go by this. I'm still think it's going to be rigged in some way
Oh,
to help Jake Paul,
100%. This
and
is
that's
for
what's going to
sure.
piss
You
me off
think,
about this
you
fight.
think it'd be rigged for Jake Paul to
Yes.
win?
100%.
No way.
100%.
Look
No
at
way.
how much he's escalating in the WWE since his fights. There is so much money in Jake Paul doing well now.
Is he the idiot that has the Charizard card necklace, the Pokemon card, or is that
I
his
have
dumb
no
brother?
idea. I have no
I
idea.
don't-
Because it's like $1 million card.
Okay, but
I think
With-
it's his brother. I don't
Sounds
know.
like you would. So.
Yeah.
Right.
so there was a TikTok video. Again, don't know if it's fully real. Apparently, with the contract details, potentially it is. The longer it goes, the more money Tyson makes. So if it goes to decision, Mike Tyson's going to make the most amount of money.
Yeah.
Also, the judges then are picked by Jake Paul.
Well, they've been
So
doing
that's
that.
all. That's all. Like so, Mike Tyson, he needs money. He's not going to knock him out in the first 2 rounds.
But normally, when people have been coming out of retirement for the fights, they've been paying them more the longer they go.
Yeah, but it's incentive
Like,
for Mike
listen-
Tyson to to go as long as possible, right? And then if it goes to decision,
And
Jake
then
Paul's
Jake
picking
Paul
the
wins.
judges.
Or
That's
just
where I'm worried it's rigged.
make it last and then KO.
Yeah,
But here's where so
That's what I would do.
I like that.
If I could.
if Jake Paul lands a punch on Mike Tyson, how's that going to impact Mike Tyson?
Oh, he's gonna snap. I feel like.
No, but like, is it going to get him? Is it going to knock him down? If Mike
No.
Tyson
From
gets
Jake
a
Paul,
single,
no.
if Mike Tyson lands one punch on Jake Paul,
Done. I mean,
It's
I'm
over.
I'm team Mike Tyson.
it's over.
Yeah.
It's done.
Mayweather McGregor, but
That vision
Yes.
is
Fighting
a beautiful
abilities.
vision, Maddie. Beautiful vision.
yeah.
10 dash,
Jake Paul. Don't. It's
10
getting
dash
frustrating.
text in says there's no way Paul takes the fight if there's a chance that he doesn't win.
That's facts.
And then Lebanon Don says Logan is the wrestler with the Pokemon chain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mosey. That's Mosey who won.
They all whatever.
The
Not
Pokemon
Lebanon
chain.
Don anymore. So we're just going by Mo. I'll change that for you, Mo.
Okay, quickly, Jasmine, Big Brother. What do you think so far of this season?
I think it's good. I'm not a huge fan of the cast.
No.
No.
See, it's too early to judge that.
Yeah.
I like Spicy V because she's messy, and she's messy.
Yeah.
She is causing a lot of drama that doesn't need to be caused. It's going to bite her in the butt, but that's what makes the show great. Her season was fantastic when she was on it because she caused that drama.
You'd pick her if you know how
Not
at the beginning
going
they
far.
did. No, but remember how like they had to choose between Anthony and
Oh,
Rick?
yeah.
Would you have picked her in those? I would have picked Anthony.
It depends when I was picking. If I was one of the people picking later, I'd pick based off of the people who've already picked, not based on them. So then I could go up against one of those people if they lose. But yeah, I probably would have took Anthony.
Yeah, just she creates too much
100%.
noise, and I need someone to protect me. And as a strong female like Renee here, I think Anthony would protect me, and I wouldn't be his target. Whereas women tend to turn on each other faster.
Which pisses me off. Everyone tries the female alliance. They try to get together, but females always then go run to tell the males.
That's
It's
the
only
thing.
ever worked once on a season of Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, on Survivor.
Amanda's season.
It does because like guys will then the moment they hear that like, okay, we'll stick together and pick you guys apart. Whereas the women can control guys, especially in Big Brother.
But
If they stick together,
Yeah.
they could each of them could take a guy and they'd have him wrapped around their finger.
Fair enough.
And they'd run the game. Just
enough.
don't go run and tell the guys that you
No.
have an all girls alliance, and it always happens.
And don't, if you're gonna have a showmatch, you cannot like be together all the time and stuff like that.
Yes, you gotta separate.
You gotta talk shit about that person once in a while to be like, oh, I'm not really that close with them. This is all strategy.
Is there showmatches in Big Brother or in Survivor?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay, there
not
was.
not to
Boston,
the
Rob, and Amber.
extent. Yes, are they? I think
remember
they're still
them.
together.
Yeah, they have a bunch of kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're first they were one of the first showmances
Yes,
like
I think
ever. 'cause
so.
This
Even
is
I remember
early,
that.
early
But
2000s,
is it
right?
is it a consistent thing most seasons?
No, I haven't watched the last quite a few seasons, but no, it wasn't consistent. There would be like cuddle buddies, but
Okay.
like not full on showmances.
And they're
It's
also
a
different
little-
tribes. With
Yeah,
this,
there's
you're in
different
one
tribes.
house.
Yes.
And there's always
right?
showmances.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Human
they need
nature.
to separate.
Yeah.
But the females, like, it's like you could run this game as a female alliance.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
boys are
But
tighter.
I know that's the
Yeah.
thing, but it's just like I just want 1 year where the females say we're gonna do this, and then actually do it. Just don't run and tell. Like
Tell me
Spicy
about
V,
it.
or like immediately
Yeah.
went to Anthony. He's like, "There's an all-girl alliance.
Exactly.
Why are you doing this?"
That's strategy again, because you want to be the first one to be like, I'm telling you, therefore protect me. And it's like that. That's what I mean. Like, that's why I think everybody can relate to.
And the guys, like, you could wrap them around your finger
Yeah, and you
and
though,
complete control them.
some of them.
Most
but then
of
they're
them.
weak and they should be voted.
I'd get sucked into
I was
that
gonna say,
so
Tom.
quick.
This is Tommy's getting to number two
yeah.
so easy.
Yeah.
You had another Jesus. Love that joke.
You want to go golfing with me?
Yes.
He's in.
I'm in. Golf? Yes.
Golf?
Yeah. I'm in.
Can we do our final four? So
Yes,
are
let's
wrapping
get.
up?
We have
Okay,
to.
okay,
we've
okay,
got- So
Yeah.
okay,
Where's my bracket?
let's look at this. How confident are you guys with your picks right now? And how much will you
90%.
change them? 90%.
I'm not changing them.
You're
I
not
always,
changing.
every time I second guess, my first guess takes it. So I'd rather be wrong to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Tommy,
I've
I'm going
yet
to start
make
with
a
you.
mark on this.
Just
I'm gonna
pick a
start
team,
with you.
Tommy.
He was
All right.
Longwood.
Let's go to the East Division from Tommy. Who's getting to the Final Four from the East Division?
East Division.
So that's Yukon through South Dakota State. Those teams.
Gotcha. I'm looking at it right now.
Love how we have to explain where in the brackets.
Yeah,
is that?
Illinois.
A number 3 coming through.
I respect it.
Okay, going to the
Thank
Final
you.
Four for Tommy.
All right.
West, North Carolina through Long Beach, I think.
Colgate. Total.
Oh, brother. Okay.
What a stupid pick.
I know.
You think Colgate's taking Baylor?
Does this,
Round-
Did we not talk
round
about all
one.
these
South.
upsets?
The
Baylor's
South,
not number one.
which is
Oh.
Houston
This.
through West Kentucky.
Gotcha.
This is the spiciest bracket on this show.
Marquette.
The Midwest one? No.
Here's the thing about Marquette and,
Or the South.
okay, I will say this about Marquette and Creighton. Those are the two. They're good teams.
Creighton can do it.
They're on the Ken Palm thing,
Yeah.
but that goes back to my DNA.
Yeah.
They've never done
I
it.
can't say. I mean,
They've
Creighton
never
took
done
a
it.
Baylor. I can't agree with them.
Oh, Midwest now? Would you like
Purdue,
me to
St. Peter's.
Yeah. Midwest. Pardon me.
Yes, I'm talking.
Just the
Kansas.
Midwest. I have
Okay,
Kansas.
so
Thank you.
Marquette versus Kansas, who wins?
Kansas.
And then Illinois versus Colgate.
Illinois.
And who's the champion?
Kansas.
You're going Kansas all the
Wow.
way.
There we
Okay,
go.
Jasmine.
I hate that I have them in the
Right.
finals, knowing he just won this right now. No knowledge, random picks, and
So
he
now,
has Kansas in the finals.
90%
too.
confident. Where are you right now?
I don't care about the final. I just care about the winner.
Did that change your
It-
I'm
confidence a
so
little
sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. It did. I might need to revisit Kansas.
Jasmine?
So
Oh,
I
no.
got UConn, UNC, Purdue, and Kentucky.
Okay, why Kentucky? Because I was looking at
Okay,
Kentucky.
okay,
Because then you
okay.
wanted to talk about them quickly.
I think it's kind of obvious why I like Kentucky. If you don't know, I'm a Drake fan. And I want to see some, like, this is where the pop culture comes into it, the sexiness comes into it. You know, we get some celebrities, some of that. I want Kentucky to go, I would like them to even win it, but I don't think that's possible.
My concern with Kentucky, they're like one of the best three-ball teams in the country. And my fear always is just that one game to get cold, you're done.
That's what keeps happening with them.
Yeah.
Right?
That I was looking at them to come really far in the South yesterday, and then in the end, looking at that three-ball stat, I was just like, I don't know if I could do it. Midwest, by the way. Who did you have Kentucky versus?
I have Kentucky. I don't know. I have to check on my phone.
Well, who's Kentucky playing? Or no, like in the who did they play in the
Kentucky.
Final Four?
Purdue.
Oh, that's right. And then who do you have? Purdue versus Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well, who's winning?
Oh, I didn't write that part. Kentucky.
You think Kentucky? Okay, and then who's comes out on the
Final
other side? UConn versus who did you have? UNC.
Yeah.
And who wins? UNC.
No, I say UConn.
UConn, and then UConn versus Kentucky.
Yeah.
Who's wins?
Kentucky.
Okay, you're going Kentucky.
You wrote UConn as the winner.
I'm waiting for him to wrap this up, but I'm just like, I really want to know the final four. And I have like some other comments I was gonna make. So yeah.
Okay.
Renee.
Okay, Final Four: UConn, Baylor, Duke, Kansas. UConn and Kansas in the final.
With UConn winning it?
With UConn winning it, I have 78 to 62. I want Baylor to win, but this is what I think will
78-62.
happen.
They become more high-scoring games, these
Yeah.
national championships. I had UConn, North Carolina, Duke, and Tennessee. Duke taking on UNC with Duke winning. That is my pick as of the Hangout right now. Yo,
If
there's
I
a
take it
really
with
good
Kansas, it's for
chance.
Tennessee.
And those were the two I was
That's the
battling
same.
with
Yeah.
in that one.
I have them as the
I think
before.
them meeting in the Elite Eight.
yeah.
That's where I
what
have them meeting, and then I had Tennessee moving on just because. So it's like really close there, but
Yeah.
there's a really good chance this is very different. My picks by tip off 10:15
I'm
tomorrow,
standing
whatever
with
it is.
what I
So
went
it's
with today.
yeah, Colgate's a great choice.
Colgate.
Colgate's the one.
Colgate and long.
You're right about the Kansas part. Like I'm more confident in not picking Kansas.
Yeah.
Although he's the one that got Scotty Barnes.
See,
Yeah, I know.
we're all just fake fans.
That type of day.
Yeah.
Like he has it.
I don't know.
Were there other comments you wanted to make on this
I
bracket?
had a
Corey?
Yeah, you have a list of things. You prepared a document.
Yeah,
for
I
today.
know. I overthink. I talk too much, so I always have like so many things going through my mind. No, it's okay.
What?
Any final thoughts on the March Madness bracket?
Sick 'em? I don't.
It's.
That's all I got.
I always hate today.
Can we do the quick
I hate this
NBA
one.
though? How much time do we have here?
Well, we've got like 2 minutes.
Ugh,
What do you want to talk about the NBA?
Yeah.
Nothing. Just nothing.
I'm worried about my Lakers.
I'm worried about the nasties with hating on the NBA. You're worried about your Lakers? You should
Mm-hmm.
be. Yeah.
Because I just don't see how they're going to get out of the play-in. And so they have to take on right now would be Golden State, and then I can't remember who. I just want them in the. I think they could go do well if they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
In a best of 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If AD's healthy, LeBron's going, that's a good team. They'll lose to the Nuggets in the conference championship again or
absolutely.
something. Celtics.
My boys.
You're a Celtics.
I am a
Goodness,
Celtics
That's
fan.
enough, Renee.
I am a Celtics fan. I'm
And
from
what's
the
your-
East.
Raptors.
OKC, actually, remember? It's
You're
OKC,
right.
yeah.
Oh, they're
Thunder
Now-
Alley.
the thing I wonder about them is like, are they going to be like Memphis of last year? Really good regular season, get to the playoffs,
Yeah.
and can't get it
Exactly.
done.
I could
agree
see
with
that happening.
But they've got the good Canadian on their team, not the crazy Canadian.
That's the thing is
SGA,
like
baby.
Celtics go pretty far when they make it. They are a consistent team. They are a playoff team. So when they're doing this good in the reg season, I feel pretty confident.
Oh, yeah. It could be Celtics again this year.
This is
It's been
maybe
a little while
sacrilege in
since.
Canada. What's better, NBA playoffs or NHL playoffs? The entire 1 through 4, all rounds.
NHL.
Okay.
You say NHL?
The first round of the NHL playoffs are like one of my favorite sports
Yeah.
things because you'll get one random upset that just like keeps me alive for the next year.
But I'm saying the whole entire playoffs.
NHL.
The entire round.
I get exhausted by the Stanley Cup finals, to be honest, especially working in the bar industry. Like every second day, your life is insane. But yeah, Stanley Cup, I think.
I'm going to go with Renee on this one. The NHL playoffs are wild because you, like, even if the Oilers, let's go, baby, but, like, you're so invested in all these teams anyway, so you got to see them, you got to see at the end, like, what's going on, why, like, my team could not achieve or can achieve or whatnot. So, yeah, but NBA playoffs, sexy.
I just hope
know.
every team in both leagues have a good
Fun.
time and fun.
The friends
Okay,
you made
Rob
along the
Lowe.
way.
I'll be the anti-Canadian. Give me the NBA playoffs over the NHL
Oh.
playoffs.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
They're just
Yeah.
the stars come out. It gets better.
Yeah.
It builds.
does.
The
It does
NHL
build.
starts off strong and it drops. The NBA builds.
Yeah. And it can be
Yeah.
boring in NHL. With the NBA,
Yeah.
it's not not blow-offs.
When
or
it dies
blow-
off
yeah,
as teams
blowouts,
get
yeah.
knocked out too, whereas you have less hometown allegiances here for NBA.
And the
so you
hate
kind of stick with
watching.
it more.
Hate watching.
Yeah,
that's what it
You
is.
love to see them do bad.
Yeah.
I definitely do that.
And the NBA, it's just more spread out now. Now it's not Golden State versus Cleveland again.
Yeah, there's more.
Give me the NBA. Give me the NBA. Renee, Jasmine, thanks for coming on to the Hangout
for
once
having
again and
us.
talking
It
quite a
was
bit of March
awesome.
Madness
Thanks
and
so
some
much.
Big Brother Canada. I get to talk Big Brother Canada with somebody. It's great. Makes me happy. Tommy, Oil Stream coming up noon.
Yes.
You got Oil Stream on location, White Ave. Tomorrow
Correct.
for 7:00 game, so 5:30.
Yep.
Pre-game show, and then the watch party on Saturday. You could also that's on White. You could also come to West at 2:00 Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, or if you're looking for March Madness action, Century Casino. All week. Also, get in touch with Renee if you want to get into the Century Casino March Madness brackets.
Boom.
Coming up next, it is the Lock Shop. Your next chance to qualify keyword for the EST Flyaway. I'm not giving you guys the keyword for that one. You guys have to listen for that.
I listen.
That's coming up with Dusty Huss, and I think Pat Gregar's on because he's usually on to talk golf.
P. Greggy.
But thanks for tuning in to the EST Hangout on behalf of Tommy, Jasmine, Renee. I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in, and like I said, Lock Shop coming up in just a few minutes right here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.